Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you doing? Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm about 5 minutes late. I do apologize. Pardon me. Early mornings from here. We are just waking up. I trust your day has been going on well. Those that have woken up already, the likes of Australia, Asia, and Africa and Europe. I hope your Saturday started off on a very good note. Mine is just starting up. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Longest time. I apologize as well for missing 2 live streams. Yes, life happens, right? So come on in, let's discuss. If you're watching me from YouTube, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing? Let me know where you're watching me from. If you're watching from Africa, from Europe, from North America, South America, Asia, let me know where you're watching us from. Thank you guys for joining me today. It's a beautiful day that the Lord has made, and the weather is weathering. Yes. I'm also welcoming you guys officially to fall season. We have entered fall season, so welcome. Dominant man, thank you for joining me today. You're watching from Ireland. Thank you for being here. Sade's Princess and Beneficiary Knowledge, thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Yeah, Sade jumped in already to the topic of discussion today. Sade is of the opinion that it's a sad story. God be with his family. This is the first time I'm hearing from him. Same here, Sade. This is the first time I'm hearing about him. And imagine someone that you've not even heard anything from, someone you don't know, but his demise, is affecting your mental health, everything about you. You're beginning to think, is the world really this mean or wicked? You're beginning to think a lot of things. Why is making it in life? Why does it have to do with getting into a cultic way or demanding so much from people? A lot of questions, will run through your mind on seeing this story, on social media, even in the, print media, news media. Everybody is talking about Mohbad. Thank you, Virginia, watching all the way from Netherlands. Thank you for joining me today. Honestly, so today I'm talking about a young musician, a young rapper, singer from Ikorodu, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, that passed on the 13th of September, and the circumstances surrounding his demise is shocking. And a lot of people are beginning to see what the guy went through while he was alive, through his music, through his relics. You could be able to see that these guys' last days, we actually lived in so much uncertainty, fear, pain, and nobody should live that way. Honestly, nobody, not even if you have any enemy, not even your enemy should live that way. Nobody. Life is so simple. If only the world will see life the way God made it. Simple, easy for us to be here to show humanity to, to people in need. Be kind to one another. It's not difficult, but would the world do that? That is not difficult? No, they would rather go for the one that is difficult, trying to challenge God by going the extra mile to do things that when you hear, you marvel that so human mind can actually go this extent. So I did a video about Mohbad and I gave a little intro about him, a singer, successful, but nobody knew about him because of the company he was working with. There is so much going on in Nigeria right now, and people are asking for justice for Mohbad. We'll be looking at that. And we'll be looking at his family, we'll be looking at circle of friends, we'll be looking at his record company, and Nigeria at large. We'll be looking at all these aspects on how they all failed this guy. All of them. You know, the one that shook me was when Iyabojo now realized that she has acted a movie with this boy, and they did not know the extent of his suffering. You know, people are beginning to realize a lot of things. And I must give credit to whom credit is due. Gist Lover last year, you know, carried a story about Mohbad, Naira Marley, and all of that. He screamed, 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 but you know, when you don't understand something, you can easily walk away. Or when you don't understand the language, you can even say, what are they saying? If you can't get someone to translate for you, it becomes a problem. Then you walk away. A lot of people walked away. The government turned the other way. You know why that happened? Nigeria is a country, if you don't have money, you're not regarded as anything. And it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate to have to put it that way. If he was a child of the rich that made all those appeal written to the police several times that his life was, you know, for the sake of YouTube and Facebook, I will not be using the exact words here. I have to tone it down a little so that they don't flag this video. He wrote to the police saying that he's getting disturbance from this person and this record company. They should help him. They are destroying his properties. They are doing this to his life. You know, always attacking him, harassing him. But did the police act? Because what? Mohbad's name, or rather, father, has no name. That yeah, when you hear the name, your eyes will pop up and everything in your body will stand until justice is done. So now the masses of Nigeria, the young folks of Nigeria, are beginning to seek justice for him. And I will say, though it's late because he's no longer here to benefit from this justice, but I want to believe if they can actually attain to justice, it will set a record and also straighten a lot of things, clean a lot of things happening in the professional industries in Nigeria. Few months ago, about 9 months ago, a veteran, a Yoruba actor, wrote that he's asking for God to help him. He's going through depression and what have you. That in Lagos, for you to survive, is either you belong to a cult or you do this or you do that. People was like, they were like, why is this guy talking about? Okay, maybe his glory is no longer there. That's why he's making noise. They know what is going on in that state, but most people, and also in Nigeria as a whole, but most people, so far is not, it doesn't concern them, it does not affect them directly. They would rather jump and pass than doing the right thing. Thank you, Priscan Jume, for joining me today. Thank you, Linda Nenye, all of you here. Thank you guys real good for joining me today. Don't forget to like this live stream for me. Don't forget to share. And if you're watching from Facebook, please like this live stream for me. It's going to make more people to come to the live stream. And remember, at some point in the discussion, I'm going to drop my link. So if you have anything to share with us about Mohbad Imole, yeah, I hope I got the name right because I was corrected by Gorex. I don't think I pronounced one right. Pardon me. Mohbad, if you have anything to say about what is going on right now, you can jump in once the link is dropped down in the chat. So please like the live stream, share as well, and don't forget to contribute in the comment section and also jump to the panel to discuss. So a lot of people, like I said before, they know what is going on in Nigeria. Professional, when I mean professional, music, acting industry, music industry, movie industry, whatever you can think, even in comedy, yeah. Every profession in Nigeria, a lot is going on, but nobody is talking about it because directly it's not affecting them. is not affecting their pockets, their money is not at stake. That's why they look the other way. Because if it was affecting the big guys, the bourgeois, the rich people directly, they would have done something. But there is always a change catalyst that comes and something happens to him. He changes the world, even in his demise. I made a reference in the last video I put out about Mohbad, the first video I put out actually, trying to say, would Mohbad's demise bring changes to Nigeria? I look forward to them using the same tempo that they are using right now to be able to achieve a lot. They don't have to wait until the police report is out before they go to the next step. As the police is doing investigation, they should be calling on or campaigning on war against you guys understand what I'm talking. That should be the next level of campaign. The NDLA pictured Naira Marley about a month ago as is the ambassador or somebody that will campaign for them and all of that. People screamed. The likes of Tonto Dike did not take it lightly. Because, and again, this person is dealing, and you guys are not making an arrest to keep him there until he stops dealing or prosecute him, whatever. No. All his music, his live stream, his lifestyle is about doing what? Puffing. And he gets these young folks from the slums, people that are from disadvantaged families, and then get them to be into his music label. All the young folks, all they do in their music is just to be puffing and dealing. And it's not encouraging, because the youth of Nigeria think, oh, that's how to be a big boy. That's how you know you've belonged. By the time they see you with a rap, puffing, fear, up and down. For the sake of YouTube and Facebook, I wouldn't be saying those words here because I don't want them to flag this video. So as they are calling for justice for Mohbad, they should not wait until the police is doing what they are doing. The campaign should be with the same tempo. Clamp down on those dealing, those making the Nigerian youth miserable. You lure them into doing music. You're introducing them into hard things that maybe they've never tested before. And before you know it, they become part of it. That is what I'm expecting right now. As you're waiting on police result, police report, autopsy report, the toxicology report, everything, use the same tempo to call the name what it is. Young folks, if somebody is luring you into giving you, promising you heaven and earth, get you to belong to a court, to start dealing with hard stuff, all in the name you want to make money, please let the person of Mohbad be that change agent. Let it be the change catalyst that is needed right now among Nigerian youths. Let Mohbad, now I look at him as a sacrificial lamb to be able to make changes, to correct what is going on. Let the tempo be the same. Let the spirit, the desire, look for justice for Mohbad. Let it be the same desire they will use to be able to make sure they correct a lot of things. And again, I think is one of the Kutis, I don't want to say the name that I'm not too sure, the one that was recently arrested by the police for, fighting a policeman. He made a statement that at this point, the Nigerian House of Assembly should start proposing a law they can call Mohbad law. It's possible. These are the things that are done overseas. I remember when George Floyd passed in USA, in America, they went into action immediately. They started by initiating Policing Act. So right now, the House of Assembly should start drafting a bill, Mohbad Act. They should call it Mohbad law. They should call it Mohbad Act, yes. And while they are at it, they will be able to include a lot of things. War against the hard D, okay? War against the hard D. They should include into that act if you're going to sign into a professional company to be an apprentice or whatever, there should be a time for you when you want to separate from that record label. It should be fair trade between the parties. They should be able to do that, and also go down into some of these people's constitution and state there is nothing like gang forming, nothing like cult belonging to cult group for you to belong to a company. They should be able to use this opportunity, you understand, that Mohbad being the sacrificial lamb, to start initiating a bill in the House of Assembly right now. And also for the youths on the streets campaigning for this, youth on the internet campaigning for this, they should not wait until the police report is ready before they should take action. This is a time when you carry your placard for the sake of Mohbad. Stop dealing hard D. Stop dealing hard D. Stop using, stop dealing. This should be the campaign right now, because why am I saying they should do it now that the ovation is so high? In the next 1 week, nobody will be talking about this. In the next 2 weeks, is a forgotten story. That's Nigeria for you. They forget things so quickly. They move on so quickly. Let us not forget what happened during the EndSARS. Is anybody still talking about EndSARS? No. Did they get justice? No. They even claim that nobody was deleted at Lekki Toll Gate. They waited until the election was over for the Lagos state government to now declare that they're using how many billions of naira to bury how many number of people. So people should be thinking fast and not relent. And also, I ask myself, justice for Mohbad on my thumbnail, will the citizens, will Nigerians actually get this justice they're asking for? Will they? They're asking for justice. What led to Mohbad's passing, how they dealt with him, the record company, Naira Marley, Sam Larry. The Naira Marley and Sam Larry are the people walking into the corridors of law, shaking hands with the authority. Do you know how compromised the authority might be? I pray they get justice. That's my prayer. But Nigeria has disappointed me several times when I say I hope and pray. During the election, I was looking forward to a transparent election. Did that come to pass? No. They were not even close. They were not even 10% to being transparent. That one passed. The tribunal, I told my audience here that I have 1% of faith in the judiciary. Somebody was saying 1%. I say yes. I am an officer of the court. I was sworn in Nigerian Supreme Court. But the thing I see now in the judiciary is not what it used to be. They used to have reasonable standard, but now everything seems to be compromised. I said 1% of faith. Did that 1%, was it achieved? No. So I hope and pray they will get justice for this young man. And I said I have a new video that I'll be dropping today about Mohbad and all of that. It's a very short video, so do me well to come back and watch it to see my opinion, and also leave me your own opinion in the comment section of that video. It's my prayer, and I look forward to it, for Mohbad to get justice. And I want as well, if you ask for what I pray for, let them use this opportunity to correct some things. Let them use this opportunity to make changes in the country. I am very, very serious about what I'm asking. They can make change. This is an opportunity for change. This is great opportunity for them to make change. Trust me. And if they miss this opportunity, that change might not come again. They worked on EndSARS. They did not achieve anything. Now Mohbad as the sacrificial lamb is the one people are hoping, because nobody knew him before. Most people did not. But his passing is shaking the whole mentality of Nigeria. Young, old, and small, people are hearing about his name. Even when I was making the video, my little daughter, Mommy, what happened? I say, no, can you just leave? This is adult conversation. But kids are beginning to hear things. They're beginning to ask questions. So this is the time for the country to make that change, for the Mohbad's sake. All right. Guess you have dropped the video already. Mohbad is like another sacrificial lamb. Yes, the change is really needed. Absolutely. Gores is of the opinion they need people to really push them. Yes, that is just what I'm saying. The change is needed, and this is the time for them to use the same energy that they used to do candle light procession, marching for Mohbad. Let them use the same energy to campaign. Why am I even saying it's very necessary? One of the guys that went for the candle light in Lagos was met with a reporter that was asking him some questions, why they gathered here, what is the reason for their gathering. The person did not even understand what he was doing. And in that person's hands, he has something on his hand, the same hard D. Hard D-R-U-G. The person was doing, young folk smoking it. So this is the time for people to understand that this is a menace, is a big ill in the society, and they should address it. What they are smoking is not legal in Nigeria. Why are they not arresting them? You start from the people pushing, from the people dealing, from the people that all their music is all about it. They are not addressing it. If it's something that is legal, I'll say yes, that's why. But it's not. It's not legal. And they are not addressing it. NDLA inviting Naira Marley to his office. NDLA is the agency that is against hard D. And then why is Naira Marley not in detention or not in jail? How did they get off so quickly? Because all his music, his live streams on Instagram, you will see him puffing anyhow. You'll be asking yourself, why is he not in jail? A lot of questions, but let the passage of this guy, the demise of Mohbad, let it do what? Bring the change, the desired change, the much needed change. I want to believe that his passing will bring changes. That's my faith. I want to believe that, but it's difficult these days to even presume what could happen in Nigeria. You don't know what is going to happen next because the government is busy shaking hands with the people that are into these things. Okay. All right. My link is down for anybody that, if you have anything to chip in here, my link is down for you to share your opinion, what you think. So my title goes his family. Why am I bringing his family here? Mohbad's family failed him. Yes, I'm not going to miss word here, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it or for it to be sweet. No. If that's what you want to hear in my live stream today, just get ready to walk away. No. Why am I saying his family failed him? From his father, your breadwinner, you understand, your savior that God has given you, passed. Under 24 hours or less than 24 hours, you put him to Mother Earth. What is the rush for? What is the reason? Were they under any form of intimidation, any form of threat to do so? And then they bought a coffin. Your son is a very tall boy. They bought a coffin that was not his size. That means they could not even measure his height before they went looking for a coffin. And they bought a coffin that was not his size. The only thing these people could think about was to bend his neck. So even unto death, this guy was still crying. And they called themselves family members and friends. Nobody could say, oh no, this is not the size. We are going back to the coffin maker to get a replacement. No, you suffered him again unto going down 6 feet. You had to bend his neck to suit your purpose because you want to hurriedly patch everything up and cover the evidence. Were they under any form of intimidation? The family, the father has a lot to answer. Your son passed. You were busy granting interview. The whole world was clamoring for justice for your son. You said that what Naira did to your son was to correct him, was to chastise him. That Naira did not. We are not saying anybody did anything right now because we don't have any concrete evidence. Though they have some videos of all of those harassment from Sam Larry, and Sam Larry is will I say the hitman for Naira Marley, right? There are videos, there are evidences showing every time they try to deal with this Mohbad, there are evidences all over the place. So his family failed him by not conducting autopsy. You understand? By hurrying to bury him, by even squishing the neck to suit their the coffin they bought. So they failed this boy. Another way I'm seeing that the father failed him, most especially the father, was because of the way he was granting interviews, saying, look at where his father, we look at where I am living. You have a good house, man. The only thing required is for you and your wife is to take broom and mop and clean your house. That one is not what Mohbad would do. Even if Mohbad built a mansion for you, he will still not bring you to come back to sweep the place for you. You have a decent house in Ikorodu, Lagos. The only thing you don't have is cleanliness. All right, I do have a special guest here, Joe. I've missed you, Joe. I'm glad you're back fully on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yes,
Welcome,
mommy.
welcome to my live
Good
stream.
afternoon, ma.
All right, let me see if I can hear you. All right, Joe, you're up now. Welcome,
Yeah, good
welcome.
afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. What do you have to tell us today regarding our topic of discussion?
Yeah, I'm really happy that you brought this up because if you remembered in the video you made yesterday, I was asking you that how I wish you can actually bring this topic on live, like because there was a page I was invited yesterday evening on their live to, and which it was concerning this same issue here, and which it took me a long while to really express myself on what is going on. And I mentioned some things. Number one, the family, they failed. And number
Yeah.
two, again, Christianity have failed. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why I said Christianity have failed. Let me start with Christianity first. Mommy, if you look at majority of all these secular musics, stars that are around now, majority of these people started from church.
Yes.
Majority of these people they were choristers. Even this same Mohbad, according to report I heard, is a chorister too as well.
Wow.
Now, why did you think these people they go out there joining all these record labels? Why? Because of desperation, because of promises that were made to them that okay, if you join us, we are assuring you you get your fame, you get the money, you build houses, you buy cars. All these things are what they promised them. But what if that same church that that guy is being devoted to, what if that same church tries to support this guy and say, okay, we can see you are very talented, you are doing well, okay, go and start writing songs, we want to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have a studio around here, okay, we want to start going there, start, okay, there are still some areas that we feel you need to build yourself, okay, we are going to sponsor your training, go out there, or okay, let's sponsor you to America or anywhere, go else and go deep in musical training, then you come back and start writing songs. These are things, you if you do these things, they are not bad.
Okay, Joe, let me stop you here. You know what you're saying, you're even going to the big ones. Let's start with
Yeah,
the small ones. If they can put their choristers under payroll, pay them. Why am I saying that? In the US, If you
Yes,
play piano and you're playing for your church, it's not free. They pay you to come and play for your church.
exactly. But
You
here in
understand?
Nigeria,
But
they
back
made it
home,
look like as if it's work of God. And I'm
yes,
asking,
thank you.
if it is
That's
the
what
work
I'm.
of God,
Mhm, you're
is it the
doing
work
it
of
for
God
free.
that will pay your house rent? Is it the work of God that will bring food to your table? Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not disputing the fact that you shouldn't work for God. Yes, it is work for God. But at the same time, not that when they now want to do something in the church, you now come and bring contribution for me and tell me I want to pay. Now, if I don't pay now, these are the same set of people that will start saying, "Oh, leave that brother alone, John. No go and meet him. If you go and meet him now, he will tell you he doesn't have money." And yet, you are the
Mhm.
same people that are saying he's working for God. So this is the part, and we have been too spiritual. In fact, we are over spirituality is really killing us to the extent that we are now neglecting or we are being ignorant of the things that we need to pay attention into.
Yeah.
Now that aside, now where the family failed, there are some of us that most times it's not as if we don't have business plans or we don't have business strategies, but the only thing holding us is that we don't have capital to start all these things. And whereby we have some people who are capable in that, but they are not ready to help. They are not ready to push. I'm sure this same father now who claims to be a pastor is not. I can't call him a father. Let me just call him a man because you cannot be a
Yeah. I
father.
think
Yeah,
it's
I
better
think
the
it's
man.
better the man. Yes, because you can't be a father and your child encounter that kind of scenario, and you are so in a rush to bury him. It's not as if it's even a Muslim. As if it's a Muslim, it's another different scenario. You're not even a Muslim. So why the rush? Well, I believe probably it might be under the influence of either being threatened or because I don't see any, even according to the kinship of the place, they said the man wanted to even he wanted to bury that boy at the
At
midnight.
night.
At night.
Midnight. I saw that
Midnight.
one.
I saw that one.
I stopped.
I shocked. Yeah, we wanted to bury the boy at the midnight, but because of the man's intervention, sorry, because of the man's intervention, that was why they had to bury him the following day. Now, why the rush? Okay, you said now. Why I was being mad again? These people that intervene you are mentioning about houses as in somebody who's supposed to be mourning about his child that passed away, and you're busy talking about 2 million naira. That okay, the 2 million naira the video sent to you, you said is 1 million
Mhm.
naira that I got. The remaining 1 million you use it for the casket.
Thank you.
Okay, so is that a 1 million naira casket that you have to even bend the head of your child inside the casket? How much is the casket? So you are telling me you used all the whole 1 million naira to buy a casket and yet still have to bend the boy head inside the casket. I mean,
The casket is
the
not those
casket is not
fine
those
ones, though.
fine ones. So I'm sorry,
It's not.
no, no, like
It
it's
was
not.
just a
It was
carpenter
just a
made, you know.
carpenter made. Yes. No, I just want to let me just let us just follow him and said okay. He said his 1 million naira used to buy the casket. So now are you telling me that 1 million naira is that kind of casket that they will buy? Even the one they will buy for 500,000 is not can never be like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So why? So now there are so many people that needs to be like questions. Now, where I'll start from the guy that actually broke the news, because according to the video that I watched, I later found out that even in that video that the guy broke the news out, the boy's head moved in that video,
Yeah.
and it was immediately the boy head moved, the guy stopped the video. Now the wife in herself that gave birth to that wife needs to be interrogated.
Hmm.
Mhm. Now, aside from that, even the father himself. Now you see now you are a pastor. Now these same people now they are the ones that will go to church now and start praying. They'll be preaching. Now you are preaching what you are not doing. You left your son like that. You abandoned him because I believe that if not that these parents have failed, and that's why I was saying in that life yesterday. Most times we parents, I'm not a parent yet, but I'm just saying, most times the parents should be careful of the kind of things they do in presence of these children. Because gone are
Yes.
those days then when my mom, if we're in the public and I do something wrong, just an eye contact alone, she don't need to flog me. Just that eye contact alone. In fact, I already get all the message she's passing. But now, this era now, do an eye contact with a boy now. The boy will ask you, Mommy, what is inside your eyes? Why are you doing your eyes like that?
No,
No,
they know the eye
they know the
contact,
eye
I must tell
contact.
you.
I must tell you.
And if you
And if
recall,
you
when
recall, when
let me mute
let
you
me
because we are
meet
both
you
echoing.
because we are both
Okay.
Okay. If you
okay. If
recall,
you
when
recall,
TikTok
when TikTok
went viral
went
with
viral with
bombastic
bombastic
eye
I
side eye, bombastic side eye, that is African parents, side eye. If your mother will give you that bombastic side eye, is pure correction already. All right. I must welcome Delicious Army. Thank you for joining me today. You're most welcome to my live stream. Thank you for being there. Gorex Corner, thank you. We are hearing from Joe from Facebook. So, Joe, continue, okay? Joe, are you still here? All right. I think he lost connection because he can't hear me. And so the thing is, the family failed Mohbad big time, but I don't want to believe it was just with their clear eye that they were doing what they did. I'm seeing it as if there is something they are not telling us. And this month, today, when I was going through Gist Lover, I saw a video Gist Lover posted where Mohbad's father was begging Naira Marley. Mohbad's mother was on her knees begging Naira Marley. And that wasn't a recent one. It wasn't just recent. That was before. So these people are seriously under some kind of thing that they don't want to share. What they are sharing with the public is just a cover up. They haven't been properly interrogated to get to the bottom of this gist. Why did you hurry to bury your son, your only source of income, because you claim you don't have money? You hurriedly to cover what? Anyway, thank you for joining me, Delicious Army. Okay, Army Riat, thank you for being here. Joe, if you're still available, try to jump in back again. Welcome back, Goris. So, Ami, the floor is yours. What do you have to share with us about this? We are talking about the family failing him right now. So, let's hear from you.
Hello, host. Good morning. I greet
Welcome.
everyone. I'm happy I was able to meet the live stream. Um, you see, this matter is more than what we are seeing. The matter, everybody is involved in this issue, and the
Mhm.
people we're supposed to involve more are the ones we are ignoring.
Yeah.
Number one person that is supposed to be interrogated. Number one is that guy's wife. She has the
Amy, did
key
you
to
watch my video? I haven't even posted it, and you're there talking what I said in the video.
she has the key to the puzzle that will solve this whole interrogation.
Yeah.
But we are including sentiment in it because we feel she's a woman that just lost the husband. Number two, you see that DNA they are shouting that that woman should do. It is very important. Because after that guy talked about the DNA, she doing it, this one, the other one, I saw a lot of sense in what that guy said. A lot of it. Now the lady has responded that she's going to sue that guy for 500 million for telling her to do DNA. And I'm like, Madam, so you have a voice. They bullied your husband till they're buying him. They buried your husband like a chicken. They exhumed your husband's cup. Blood was still flowing. Nobody heard your voice. Well, because somebody said do DNA, you already informed me lawyer that you will sue the guy for 500 million. Hey, hey. Things are going on that we are not aware of. Now, number two, the boy's father. Why were you in a hurry to bury your child? Why did you lie to the general public that you've never seen your son's record label owner before? Whereas videos surfaced that you and him were in a room having a conversation. Number three, why were you in a hurry to bury your son in the middle of the night? That it had to take the ballet of your community to stop you from doing that burial at night.
Yeah.
Now, the next person that should be interrogated is the boy's mother, which is the Mohbad's mother
Yes.
and the stepmother. Madam, somebody has been bullying your son. for years. What did you do about it? Is it by to sit down and say, I'm the mother of this person? What did you do about it? Number two, do you have any substantial evidence that will help this case? If you have any, if you know names, oh yeah, bring it out. Number three, number four, the manager of that boy. Any deal, any advertisement brand comes through you before they get to the boy. What investigations did you make before allowing your clients go to Ikorodu for that the general bitters this thing matter advertisement that caused most of this problem? Number two, why did you not even follow him to that promotional event, whereas you follow him to every other event? Why this particular one did not follow him? Number three, since your client has been bullied for years, what efforts have you made to make sure that this thing stop? What have you done? What have you put in place to safeguard the life of your clients? Number four, we heard that you have been getting gifts from your client's oppressor. Why are you getting gifts from your client's oppressor and you still call yourself a manager to this boy? Does that mean that you have a hand in what is going on? Then the fifth people they should interrogate. See those three boys that were in the car shouting that he is dead, he's dead, he's dead. Who told you he's dead? Where is the death certificate? Who gave you the right to come out and announce somebody dead? Those ones will still tell us what happened. The nurse that injected him, who gave you the moral standard or the health standard to inject somebody? What did you inject him? Bring the injection out. Who told you to give it to him? They should interrogate that one too. The owner of that, or the person that sold that coffin to them, when did you get information to deliver this coffin for this boy? What size was given to you? Who made the payments? They should interrogate that one too. The man that drove them to the place they buried him, they should interrogate them to they say there's one slang they say in Yoruba language. They'll say Olokwamako everybody. Let the police carry all of them. And the last person that is supposed to interrogate this issue is the police themselves. When this guy made a report last year that his life is under threat, what did you do about it? If I want to be sincere with you, Oyoyo, you see this case, they are not going to get justice. It will be one of those cases that they'll just rigmarole, they will die it down. They say I'm blunt, but my own is that I don't know how to beat about the bush. I cannot know something and be running around and be trying to. I don't have that time. That's just it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ami Riyad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can see how she brought everybody into this. I made a short video, which is about 6 minutes. I'm going to release the video in the middle of this conversation today. And I did talk about the DNA. Let me start with that. As per the DNA test and who has the legal right to request for DNA is actually the parents of the child. Either the father or the mother has the right to request for DNA. Another set of people by law that have right to request for DNA are the grandparents. Mohbad's father can request for DNA. Apart from that, we, the audience, we, the online investigators, we don't have the legal standing to request for a DNA test. And then again, if Mohbad, while he was alive, did not ask for a DNA test, I don't think it's right for us to.
Let me shed more light there. I know that the audience don't have any right to ask for a DNA test, but if you look at this current issue, this boy's family is doing nothing. All the pressure that is coming from social media. That's why everybody is giving their own ideas. I think this will happen. I think this should happen. It was still the whole social media pressure that made them do the autopsy. If not, maybe they buried the boy almost early in the morning, less than 24 hours, less than 12 hours safe when he died. So in this issue, the family, I don't say the family should be written off or they have nothing to contribute. Now, why I'm saying that DNA is important is because before this guy died, there are so many voice notes that came out pointing fingers at the wife. We all know that as couples, you get the kind fight, you and your husband will fight. You're a stupid man, you're a this, you're a that. But the kind of things the guy was saying there, they are too deep for husband and wife fight. And number two, gist has been going around that there were times this guy cheated on this girl cheated on this guy when they were in the relationship. But because the guy is a calm person, he just ignored. And number three, people are saying that the child does not resemble the boy. And I understand that, there are times you will have children, it's at 2 years, they'll start looking at either the father or the mother. So that
Yeah.
one is not a very strong this thing to hold on. But I just feel that if outsiders are the one fighting this fight, and as a woman you have nothing, no
Nothing to hide.
skeletons under your cupboard, if they say it is DNA test that will make the fight to be moving forward, that will exonerate you from anything anybody's plotting, my sister, I will be the first person to submit myself and my child the next day to a good hospital, not the one that will go and change the result. To a good hospital, or I can call one of the celebrities in charge of this fight. I'll tell them that I don't want the hospital to be known because of somebody going to go and bribe them. I will go there, we'll do it 24 hours, the result is out. CEO is my child, though, is the father of it, so that anything will be going ahead. Nobody will be looking at you again. You understand? So that's just what I think. And she immediately coming out to start threatening 500 million naira lawsuit. That girl she's just complicating this whole issue. You were quiet when they were bullying your husband for years. You were quiet when your husband was buried like a chicken. You were quiet when they exhumed your husband's body and they were still seeing fresh blood. But at the mention of DNA, you are threatening with lawyer 500 million. It says a lot.
Thank you so much, Emmy. I understand you, I hear you, and definitely, if the woman has nothing to fear, she can actually run this DNA test without anybody asking. Anyway, we're going to hear from Gores. Let's see what she has to say. And also, another new development on Mohbad's case. I just saw that now going through my phone, that another woman came up with a baby that she has a love child for Mohbad. So maybe at the end of the day, we'll have more children from Mohbad. Then those people must be required to do a DNA test. And then if that becomes the issue, the courts can now direct all of them to go for a DNA test. So it might happen. I look forward to that happening. So Gores, what is your opinion concerning this? Emmy is of the same opinion with mine, that the family failed him completely, and she made her analysis based on what we saw on the internet. What do you have to say about this?
Okay, good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Amy. Okupani
Hello,
Joseph.
Gorex. Good evening.
Good afternoon. Happy
Good afternoon,
weekend.
ma. Welcome.
Thank you. I think I've even lost my chain of thoughts on a few things I wanted to say. Amy covered a lot of them. I will start with the lady, the wife. I don't know if she's grieving or she's not, but we will say she's grieving. We didn't actually know what is happening. Maybe she had an affair with the other guy or other people that they were saying. I don't know why voice note is coming out right now. Did it come out before the disease, or it was just now that people are bringing out things? But one thing I noticed in this world, especially this country that I come from, if you sneeze, if they pick on your sneezing, they will find every DNA to everything. When you wanted to do the sneeze, when the sneeze did not come out, they will find something, everything. So now they are coming out with they had a quarrel. She cheated on the guy. The guy too will cheat on her or whatever. I think that one is just something they should just brush aside. The boy look like something
They say it
Sam
looks like
Larry
Sam
age.
Larry. I was just
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah, and when I saw it, you could see resemblance, but children look like a lot of people. That's one thing. When I had my son, I remember when it was brought out, it looks like a girl, and I didn't believe what they were saying until maybe days later when I saw the way, to me, I was like, it's not like that. So we never can tell because they are children, they are still chubby, and most of them they come out with the fair skin. They could
Mm-hmm.
change color and all that later. It depends. We really can't tell right now. So if she wants to do a DNA test, she can't go for it. I don't think she should actually even respond to anyone to start saying she wants to sue them.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. Maybe she's the one behind the keyboard
No,
as
it's the
well.
sister. They say it was
It
her
is
sister
that
that
demanded
wrote
for
that.
money.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, like I wanted to say, I don't know, maybe she's the one behind the keyboard, or people are just bringing up story just to really make this thing keep going on. But the bottom line is, the justice for the guy. Are they really going to get the justice? The line is very thin, but at least I think they will get to a stage. The people that are involved, sometimes we need to see how powerful they are. When I mean powerful, I don't mean it in spiritual, no, is this actually, no, I don't mean it in financial part, but they could be more spiritually, you know what I mean, fetish, and maybe their parents could also be threatening
Yeah.
or involved one way or the other, but they cannot speak. I am
Yeah.
I don't know why I have a very strong feeling that the late Mohbad, I don't know why they keep adding bad to their name though. It's one of something that I'm kind of curious about. Really, some people will want to put bad, fast bad, all those thing bad thing, but maybe I'm just a bit religious or whatever about that. The guy, I don't know, maybe he was also into this would I say Naira Marley. Maybe he's actually sniffed some powder before and he felt
Yeah.
it's not needed again, and he wants to leave because he's seeing what is going to happen and he knows
Mhm.
what the plan he has for his future. There's so many things maybe why he decided I was going to leave, and
Yeah.
all the words that he's been bringing out, maybe his songs, what he's been writing, that is actually seems like he's already sensing it. Sometimes we do things we might not actually note that maybe it's towards the end, but when it happens, obviously people read the love, they look deep into it. Do you understand? I pray that something is being done. Those people involved right now, how powerful are they with the government? Because they might want to in a way say, what if they said okay, they are interrogating them, or they put them in detention or on the prison, but they are in a flat somewhere, somebody, they brace their leg up, they are watching TV, other people are serving this, like they are just in their normal this thing, and after a year or two they are out, like they will say, oh, it's just a leg, they are not. I don't think they will get the proper what everyone wants. You understand? They are not going to come out to confess. Let's be sincere. They can't come out to say, oh, Naramali that was saying, oh, Mohbad is not a father, he's not father. All those, he was saying all those things. Why did he not say those things before? Do you understand? So we don't expect him to come out to say, oh, I buy him. They Sam Larry is not going to say apply him. So it's something they will have to kind of find a way of maybe using a word to prep you, like, okay, we're going to charge you because it seems as if you're involved as well. They know. I think the government, or is it the NDLA and all this
Yeah. The
governor,
authority.
all this,
They
they
know.
have,
They know.
yeah, they know, and most of them knows that they do have some. Would I say some things on them that these people know? They
Now
don't want
you're
it to be
talking.
spelled
Thank
out.
you. Thank
They
you.
don't want it to be spelled out, or so they will also protect them in a way. In as much that they will be saying, "Oh, we'll get justice," or they can arrest also person. They know their limits.
Yes.
They know their limit because they know in a way they will spill or something will happen. They also get all these substance powders and all that. They do know everything around there, or they get it from them. So I know that they can't get 100% justice, but at least they will push it to a stage based on the people that have been would I say murmuring, clamming, protesting, and following this case. They will move it to a state. It's not something they will just bury just like that. They will move it to a state. They know in 2 weeks people will calm down. That's one thing that with Nigeria right now.
Yeah.
People, when it first starts, when things just start, we'll start getting news. Just lover will lead, other people will follow. Before you know it, the energy is not. You know, when you hold on to some, it stick very tight. You're using your muscle. You get to a stage where you start relaxing. Even if you try to, it's not as strong as when you first started. So people will get tired. The government will get tired. People will just, okay, justice for the way it was being. Maybe people are hearing about it right now will reduce, and that's how it's going to go. But
Yeah.
one thing I know about Mohbad is that, you know, I don't pray that, you know, it is when we leave that things about us will start coming out. It might be a sacrificial distance
Nah.
for people, but at least they would know that people are coming up more. And I think people that even Naramali and others have scored to settle with, other people, things that they've been doing in the industry are coming up more. And people will obviously know that they can have a voice, they have where to go to. Maybe they will find a way of minimizing their nonsense that they are doing. I pray that his soul rest in peace, and his family be God comfort his family. What whoever has an in it, maybe any of the parents or the family, God will do what he can do. What only him can do. We can only request. God will do what only him can do. But I know the boy spirit isn't really resting right now,
Yeah.
and you know, bringing out all these things, it baffles me. I don't know. I will just send it there. Let the other guy talk.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are really dishing it out.
Host, can I quickly say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Um, do you know that till now, the two main suspects, they are still somewhere in another country chilling
Chilling.
after 2 weeks.
Did they
And you're
Chilling
telling
travel
me
with
that
out?
some
and you're
Igbo.
telling and you're telling and you're telling me that we will get justice. Which
Or
kind of
did they
justice be
travel
that one?
out?
They
Sorry
said
to
they
cut you
traveled
short,
out.
my
Somebody said it was Kenya, that Sam Larry was spotted at Kenya.
sorry to cut you short. This is one thing they actually even need to work on in Nigeria. When something happen, the borders everywhere, they shouldn't. Nobody should travel. Nobody
Oh.
should be allowed to. I don't know how they get to do
Gores,
this.
Gores, you're asking too much, oh. For a country that the court in the US, Atiku got the order for the president's certificate to be released and all his credentials. Then the president, the Nigerian president, came and said, no, don't release yet. Give us till Monday. So if the head is doing everything necessary to cover things, what do you expect from the followers? And then again, the
Please, the
same,
Monday and now, Seth, what's the difference? Is it going to block the results?
people in the US know that there was a certain Miss Bola Ahmed Tinubu that graduated from that school at that time. Do you get it? People know there was a particular name like that. Now that it takes only the court to unravel this mystery, the court has given the order. It was a 24 hours or no 48 hours mandate, 2 days. Then they now had to go back to the court to subpoena or to tell the court, please give us till 25th. And Atiku has until Wednesday to present this matter in the Supreme Court. So, and again, we as parents, you understand, some of
Oh
us came
God, nah,
first in
this
schools,
country.
some of us came third, some of us came last. But when you're now having your own children and then educating them, you tell them it was only first position you took when you were.
We used to say now we all let all our
You
parents
understand?
report.
Now let us see the first position certificate and credentials, whether it was a Miss or Mister that was registered in the school at the time. You're saying do not release. So how do we expect to have this justice the world is clamoring for Mohbad?
And host, sorry to cut you. That is why I have been saying the same thing that I've been saying since. If the wife is a wise person, now that they are trying to spin the narrative, let her clear her own side so that when she open her hand that my hands are clean, because all they are going to see, let us go and write it down. You see this case, narrative will be spinned and we'll all enter house.
Can
And
I ask you a
the lady is
question? Okay.
and the lady is not seeing the handwriting on the wall. Like, they are trying to spin this narrative. Okay, why is it that is now someone is coming out to say, oh, I have a child for him? That's because at the end, they will say go and do DNA, and by then they will manipulate it. By then, that thing she does not want to see, she will see it. They will now start pointing fingers at her. I don't know, these people, most of them are not, they are not smart, and they don't have a lot of
Emmy,
good
Emmy, Emmy,
advisors around them.
let me not use the word they are not smart. You know, they say he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Maybe she has misbehaved in the past. Maybe she's not even sure. Who knows? You wouldn't want it when you're not so sure. You wouldn't be going for clapping. Yeah, I want to do DNA.
That is what we will say now.
So
That means
Yeah,
she herself is not sure.
So
That is
let's
just
just
it.
let me ask a
she might be
question.
smart, but maybe she's thinking about other things. Who did I do this? Did do with who
Beg,
and
I'm tired of this case, Jerry.
Let me ask a question. Let's assume that maybe knowingly or unknowingly the child to the wife. I know I heard she's 24, so she's still um I would say young adult anyway. Knowingly or unknowingly, maybe the child now doesn't belong to Mohbad.
Mhm.
But Mohbad know the child as is
As
before he
his,
left.
yes.
Now, what is it going to happen?
The thing is
Uh,
that the father can decide, the father will now have a lot of things to say with the help of the court. If this child is not my child's son, his estate should not be bequeathed to him and all of that. So it's going to be a court battle. And at the end of the day, the wife will still get something from his estate because she was legally married. And the father will get a lot of things as well, likewise the mother. But sincerely speaking, and it's one of the
oh my
things I said
God.
in my new video that is dropping at 9 a.m., which is in the next hour or thereabouts. If and only if people should let Mohbad's spirit rest with the knowledge that I had a son. Okay, they should not distrust the boy's spirit. He's resting. Let him kukuma rest in peace. That's the knowledge he died with. That's the knowledge his spirit knew. Then unraveling all of this, I don't know after life beyond how it happens, but I think they should let those ones be. That's what I think. Joe, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here,
Okay,
mommy.
Joe, it seems as we ladies been talking. So what do you have to tell us? Joe is also a young man, and
Well, you are welcome.
Joe is a
Yeah, thank
Christian.
you.
From the young man's perspective about the way our young people are getting involved with this hard D-R-U-G. I don't want to spell it out. I think let me even ask your opinion. What do you think that they should do right now to campaign for how to correct a lot of things going wrong in the society?
Mommy, how will they do campaign
You're
to control
welcome,
it when
Princess.
whereby the people that are actually in charge of all these things are the high people? These are no, no. Of course, there's no how. Because just like Mommy Gore said at that time that the police will know their limits. And why would they know their limits? Because they know that there are some certain things that they might have done too that these guys are aware and which can lead to something else for them. So likewise, these people were okay. These people that are going to campaign, is it not the same boys that these same high people are using during their campaigns?
Yeah.
I beg
It's not the same
Hmm.
people. So there's no how it can stop because the people that are even there, they are the people that are in the high places. And you know that Nigeria, once you have fame, you have power, you have money, then you can do anything you like. That is just the narrative. Because
Hmm.
if not that, and that is why this justice we are claiming for, just like Miss Gore said, that is actually my fear because the people that are actually involved in these things, these are people that you cannot like you can't do anyhow. You can't sneeze anyhow to them. Like you dare not even cross a boundary to them.
Exactly. Okay. If we know that these people are powerful in terms of maybe spiritual fetish power and they are money powerful too, it could be the reason why Mohbad's father wanted to bury Mohbad in the midnight so that they can seal up the whole thing and nobody will say
Well,
anything.
mommy,
It could
you
be
think you
the
see
reason.
regarding sorry for cutting you short. You see
No,
regarding the father, yeah,
no,
it might I don't. It might be that maybe he was threatened. I don't know.
that's
Maybe he was
definitely.
threatened because I don't see a reason why you are not a Muslim And I don't see why you are no you are so rushed. Even for the kinship that even intervened, you have buried him in the midnight. So I don't see why you're and that man, to me, the way I see that man, whenever I see them interviewing, that man has a lot of secrets inside of him.
Yeah,
He
There's
he
a
knows
lot.
a
knows a
lot.
lot that he's
He
not
know,
saying.
Yeah,
yeah, he knows a lot.
he knows a lot. And another thing again is we human beings we are very fond of, celebrating people after they are long gone or not feeling sympathy for
Mm-hmm.
people after they are dead. When this guy was alive, he was singing all these songs. We were not paying
Nobody
attention.
heard
We
it.
don't
He
know
was
him more. Mm.
Yeah.
there were a lot of videos. There were a lot of videos in this guy's custodies which they have on their phones. All these videos were there. Nobody posted it when he was alive. Now after he's gone, everybody's posting video. Okay, when
That's the prayer
this
I
that
prayed.
that
Yeah.
that fear guy went to bust him and Zlatan when they were shooting video, and he was telling Zlatan that Zlatan you can go, but you see this boy, they go anywhere. You go do this one, do that one. So many videos I'm watching online, and I was like, okay, now even that is friend Bella. Fine, I know that yes, these there are things. There's always a hold of secrecy. Like you dare not talk.
But it's not
But
supposed to
no
be
matter
that
what,
way.
mommy, there's always somebody. There's always somebody. You see, me, fine. I know that yes, the family failed him. Eh? In fact, all of us we all failed him. Eh? But at the same time, he started the move. You get. We should also blame it in one part because all these things that he found himself into, they are all in the contract. But just because of that desperation of, oh, they promised you fame, they promised you money, they are every other thing, then you just rush and sign the contract. All these things are inside the contract, which they themselves, they can even, if you are saying you don't know, they will bring out the contract you sign and tell you, oh yeah, oh, lawyer, come and read it. And they will read everything there and they will see it there. But because of that desperation of that fame, all those things, you just rush and sign the contract. Then when you now got yourself into it, you now say, I'm not waiting, I order for now, I receive it. Then you are saying you want to back
Absolutely.
off.
Joe, you're so right here. He also has a portion of the blame to take
Yeah.
because as an
Yes,
adult, he was an adult when he met Naira
they didn't
Marley
force him.
and all of that. So he could have used his reasonable judgment to say, no, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to even get involved.
Host,
But
host.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Ami, for cutting you short, please. Do you know that there was a video that popped up again? In that video, when after he had signed the contract, so Naramali came to meet him, he was sitting down. Now, at first, that back then when they shoot that video, they didn't give us the side view of that video. It was just the frontal view. Now, just recently, now the side view of the video now came up. You now realize that actually on that table there were two guns, two guns on the
Touch,
table.
touch, touch.
One was
Let's be careful with the words, Joe.
Just
okay,
say Ibon.
okay. There were two ibon on the table. One
Hmm.
was long and the other one was short. Now there was DRUG, also be
Hmm.
like two pieces or like
Big
two
one,
bundles or
big one.
whereabouts. Big ones, they were there. So definitely this guy knew what he was getting himself into. But it's just that, and another thing that surfaced again was that they said, okay, that the record label refused to promote him, that instead they were promoting his other Zeno, and which he went to meet him and said, Baba, why now? Promoters are calling you, you are telling them he's not feeling fine, he's mentally sick, but you're promoting the other person. So that was how the whole thing started. So this guy should also be blamed too. Nobody forced you to sign the
Let
contract.
me
Nobody carry
let,
your
let
neck and
me
tell you go and
let
sign
me
my
give
sign my
you
contract.
Amy has something to say here. So
let
go
me give
ahead.
you a brief because you're not getting the whole brief. Most of your briefs are from TikTok. But I got my own brief from Mayegun, and most of the times Mayegun is always 100% correct. When this guy, I will not be mentioning names, but when this guy signed that contract, what he
Mhm,
signed was those things you mentioned. You know, those things you mentioned. There was
mhm.
a time in 2021 he was caught in Cyprus because of that thing you mentioned. And
Wow.
after that, time, he decided that I don't want to do again. But before then, according to the gist I got from Mayegun, was that there are two contracts. This one we're talking about, and another one that is the oath of secrecy.
Hmm.
He signed this one, but he said that other one that he cannot do it. That was where the issue started when he came back from Cyprus. And I said, okay, I don't want to do even this one that I said I don't want to do again. I want to just go my own. And they're like, no, you have not even signed the second one and you must sign. And I'm like, I cannot sign it. I can't. I'm a small boy. And rumors are running up and down that other one that is very lean now, that signed it, that signed the second oath of signature. That's part of the things that is making him lean.
That's
I
small
don't want to
boy.
mention.
The
Yeah, I
one
don't want
that
to
is saying I need
mention.
help.
You say?
I said the one that is saying I need help. Is it no?
No, it's
I
not.
don't
It's
want to
not.
mention. I don't want to mention things they said that are in
Okay.
that oath of secrecy, but those things are things that someone, if you hear like this, you this live stream, you will run and you will leave it. That was where the problem started. The guy said, number one, I understand that, okay, we all want to make money, we all want to make fame. If it is that push, inter-country, no wahala, I can still run it. But this one, please, I can't. That was where they started blacklisting the guy, refusing to promote
Promoting,
him.
letting.
Yeah.
So they started promoting that other one that signed that oath of secrecy and doing the things that they said they should do there. So the next, okay, they'll give him like 6 weeks to think about it. The guy thought about it after the 6 weeks and he said, I still can't. Okay, I want to leave the label. Since people will not allow me stay in the label, I'm doing only this one. Since I must sign the two, I want to leave the label. They say, no, you're not leaving the label. They thought it was a joke. The guy said, okay, if you want to take everything that label has given me, take. Let me go empty. Let me know that none of your things are with me. That was where the problem started. They refused to allow the boy go. They refused to allow him leave. They said, you must do A, you must do B. That was where the beating started, the threat started, everything, the dehumanizing, everything for years. The boy has been, the time the boy came for show in this UK, he could not perform because of fear. That was where this whole threat thing started. And now somebody said that they threatened the father. I want to ask a question. I doubt in my heart of hearts that man is Mohbad's father. Because, my dear, if there's anything that is always the straw that cuts the camel's back, is parents, their children. A mother will say, take my life, leave my pikin.
Yes.
A father will say, take my life, leave my child. There is no father that will be alive. Another person's child will buy your child like rats and will tell you to keep quiet. The first question you ask yourself is that, is it not child that's supposed to bury father? If father is not burying child, what is now the need of that life? But if you look at this story well, the boy and the mother and the father and the boy's mother are not even in good terms. There is a second wife, stepmother somewhere that is always running mouth in interview. Her mouth is very sharp to run in interview. That's that there's nothing like love between that man and the child. There was an interview they made. He said the Mohbad itself is very stubborn. That the person that poof him, that record label guy, just showed him that is bigger than him. A man that lost his child. They asked him, why are you in a hurry to bury your child in midnight? He said, in their tradition, you don't keep young people's corpse for long. They said, but the corpse is not up to 12 hours now. He said, the stepmother by the side immediately cut the man and said, that is what they want to do. A lot is going on, I beg. No only story from Matthias. Not be everything they come online, come talk. But a lot is going on. That justice, they will not get it. They are going to spin this narrative, and that is why you see me. I am hammering on that girl, the boy's wife, because I am sensing where they want to spin the narrative too. And that is why I said then that immediately that DNA talk came in, the girl will go and call one of the sponsors of this whole movement. Please, I don't want them to read this result. Do you know a good hospital? That time the matter have not even come out well. They will immediately go into that DNA there, get the original results. And this whole matter is going on they will bring it out. She has made herself free. She has made her son free. Ask yourself
Emmy,
one question.
such actions can only come if the
Oh, wait. Ask yourself one question. Why is it that now another person is coming out that I have a child for this guy? That is because at the end, this matter will end in DNA. When the DNA matter will not come out, they will now, that girl's own, they will say it is false. They will now start interrogating the girl. They will now shift all the lights on the girl instead of the two suspects. And like I said earlier, two suspects that are the prime, they are the elephant in the house that we have been seeing their videos online. Have you even heard that they say, okay, come for interrogation? I beg you, leave
you
my
know,
matter.
knowing Nigeria and what Nigeria is, I tell you, this thing very quickly they will forget about it, and everybody will enter house. Everybody will move on.
They are trying
Um,
to paint you name instead of immediately you will I understand the game they are playing, Oyoyo. I
Emmy,
understand.
you're saying this because you trust yourself and you trust your marriage and all of that. Not every woman can be bold to be talking about, yes, I'm going to do it. If there is something fishing and in the cupboard, you can't be able to come out publicly and say something. You understand? I gave a statement: he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. So if the girl is not campaigning for a DNA test, that means there is something to hide. But let's leave it at test. But the thing is this, just like we've all talked about here, we talked about the family. The father failed him, even his own mother, biological mother, failed as well. Why am I saying all of this? Okay, they felt they have gotten themselves in the cobweb of those that are higher than them, mightier than them, and they have connection every angle you go. And sincerely, these people, they have that connection. I heard that a few years ago, when Rugged Man went to England to perform, they sent people to come and attack him at a restaurant where he went to eat. So they have people planted in several places. But the question I have for Nigerian government, if the government is actually the government for the people, a transparent government, not one person will be mightier than the government, unless if the government are the ones sponsoring these boys to be doing what they are doing. They should be able to answer. Gist Lover has said a lot of things about what is going on in the Qatar, is it cartel? Yeah, cartel they have in Nigeria, the DRUG cartel. He has said a lot of things in the past. He said last year he mentioned name, he called, nobody believed Gist Lover, right? But now we are seeing the whole thing coming up. You say you have Interpol. You're giving them how many days to bring themselves to the station? They haven't come. No arrest was done. We all know how Nigerian police, how they, excuse me, how they do their thing. If they hear that somebody in the compound,
Oh,
you
please,
said
I
there's
have
something.
to go. Somebody is calling me.
All right. Thank you so much, Amy. I really appreciate your input in today's conversation. God bless you. Real good. The Nigerian police, we know, if anything should happen in a compound, they will come and arrest everybody in that compound. But in this particular Mohbad's case, we are not hearing about the people they are arrested. All we hear that people are beginning to be interrogated. People are coming in by themselves for interrogation. Will they get this justice they are looking for? I'm giving them 2%. I gave Nigerian judiciary 1% during the election tribunal. I'm giving the police 2%. Let me up it up a little bit. I don't think that justice will be achieved, especially knowing that these people must have soiled their hands. I mean, the government authorities must have soiled their hands in one way or the other with these other people are asking for to be,
Mommy, sorry, I
arrested.
want to cut you in that aspect.
Okay.
Uh, I know it's a bitter truth for us, uh, but the way the thing is actually going, honestly, the justice will not happen.
Hmm.
And why did I say so? Because of this. See, you see Nigeria. Okay, there was a time somebody was doing a video. The person is in Germany, Austria. So there was a particular place they said no parking. Eh, at that place. And I think there was one senator or senator daughter that parked over there. Do you know that they brought a bulldozer to come and lift that motor and take it to their place. And definitely, you know that if you're going to go back to go and retrieve that car back, you have a lot of fines to pay. There are other things that, in fact, you need to check your driving license and all those things before they can give you that car back. But try that in Nigeria. Let a big man, a well-known person, park motor where government say no park, oh, then you wey even police they no born you where you will now say you want to go there and go and hijack the motor. Like who born you?
Hmm.
It will never happen. So that is why I'm saying this scenario, the so-called people that are attached to these people, it's just like it's like a partnership stuff. You know, they have just like in the line of we have the manufacturer, the wholesaler, retailer. So also there are hierarchies, and all these hierarchies they are all in conjunctions together. So now if you are, and that is why these people you see now they are where they are, they are enjoying their life, but they are sleeping very well. Why? Because they are very, very confident that yes, nothing is going to happen. In the end, now noise will go make go blah 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 blah. And SARS, and so we make noise, blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, those people will die now. Where are they? Okay, even just
Yeah.
the one that just happened recently, cashless policy. Do you know how many people that lost their lives? Many people that lost properties, and at the end, Supreme Court came out and said, "Oh, we are very sorry. It was just a misled by the CBN governor. He misled the president. Blah blah blah." At the end, what happened? Nothing again. So justice, I'm afraid and I'm scared, but you know, it is just the honest truth because the way these
Hmm.
things are going now, it will not happen. And the only thing I can help us in Nigeria is that only maybe if you have like if you have a governing body of youth, just like the way NLC, like there are Labour Congress, you know, even though say those who say they don't even corrupt, so they don't even know the rules of truth or not. If you can have like a body of a youth that can be separated from this our government, that is just the only way I feel that yes, these are the people that can actually push for us for this kind of justice. That can somebody that can stand shoulder to shoulder with these people. But tell me, okay, Shema Amina, you not tell me to come and start rubbing shoulders with even ordinary senators say they don't bother with me can rub shoulder with them. They'll just find me, clear me, come off for road. Like they'll just waste my life in this
Yeah,
rubbish
the
civilian.
value of life in Nigeria is not appreciated at all. They don't place value to human lives anymore. That's why anybody can do anything and get away with it. If this thing has happened in the US, sincerely speaking, the FBI will be all over the place. Everybody would have been combed now, including to their bank
Exactly.
accounts, including,
Okay, mommy, sorry.
tracing their funds all the
Uh,
way to foreign shores.
there's a story I had a long time ago that about this Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it is true or not, but I've been hearing that story for long. That you know, in there they have these rules, and that rules at every rules there's always a punishment for anybody that you know that cross is doing. So according to the story, I heard that okay, this Saudi Arabia son, the holy son, I think he committed a crime, and you know, opposite the crime, they said they're going to flog the boy 100 strokes of cane. I don't know how true this is, but this is a story I've been hearing. And you know, because of there's already a rule already. Then the man said, okay, no problem. If that should be the case, go ahead and beat him the 100 strokes of cane. And they were beating the boy. The boy when they got to 80 and be 88, they said the boy gave up the ghost. They said the man insisted that they should beat him complete 100. That should be complete. Even despite the boy is dead, they should beat him and
Yeah,
complete the 100.
I didn't
Now,
hear that one, no, honestly. So I really don't have any anything to
that's why I said
say on
I
that.
don't know if it is true or not, but that was what I heard.
Yeah,
So now, okay, now you could imagine if that kind of person now could do that to his own child. Now tell me how much more a civilian that will not go and try such that he will not be dealt with. That is what we are
absolutely.
talking about. But now, even look at the
Absolutely.
people in the high places. You see, their sons will do anyhow, they will do anyhow, they will just, yes, just fight. Okay, look at what Benga Daniel did. That he went to embezzle money in Ogun State. At the end, they used 500 million and die out the case. Everything died out of that. Till now, Benga Daniel is living his life. Oh. He's doing very well. Nothing again. So,
Yeah, it's
Nigeria,
unfortunate what is going on in Nigeria. It's really unfortunate. And the thing is that they don't even want the change. Getting it right with Olivia, thank you for joining me today. The country does they don't desire change. They don't want change. They only talk about it just for talking sake. But the real deep thing, everybody wants to cut from the national cake. No a cake. Nobody's interested in fighting corruption. Nobody's interested in doing the right thing. I have when since I started this channel on YouTube, I've always said that for Nigeria to get it right, they have to start through reorientation, and reorientation is not a youth service. The reorientation should start when a child is 2. When a child is 3, that's when you start teaching them patriotism. That's when you start teaching them what is right and what is wrong. That's when you start teaching them the public service, how to be willing to serve your country, how to be willing and love doing it. Is at that age 2, 3, 4, 5. That's when we can capture them. Any other thing, no. And for this generation, it's not going to happen. Why are we all saying they might not get justice? Why are we not all saying the same thing, that justice might never happen? It's because of how compromised even the police is, how compromised the government is. So at the end of the day, the people you want to that will prosecute the other people are already involved in one way or the other. We don't know how intertwined they are, but knowing Nigeria, I pray they should get me wrong this time and then get justice for Mohbad. Even
Mommy,
if they
do you
don't
also
get
know that
absolute
they wrote
justice,
petition? They wrote
yeah,
petition. According to the news I had, the guy wrote petition to police. But
to
what did
the
they do?
police. And then
What did they?
the spokesperson that came for that press conference said they are going to fish out the police station that he wrote
Yeah.
the petition to. That
Oh,
is just for the news. It's for the
just
media to
leave
carry
them.
the news. Have we seen it
Yes.
anywhere that the police station has been fished out, the police in charge, that they've been suspended or they've been retired or they've been
They are
charged
still
to
working
court?
on it.
We
They are
can
still
never
working on it.
hear such things. That's why in my title, I said Nigeria failed Mohbad. The record label failed Mohbad. Friends failed him. Family failed him. It's unfortunate that everybody that could have helped this guy failed him. My video I dropped, I now ask a question. Must we wait until something like this happen before we start talking about change? Do we even reach out to friends and families to know how they are doing? I haven't posted video on this particular channel for over 14 or 15 days. Uju's talk show had to look for me on Instagram. She looked for my channel name on Instagram and came to ask me, "Oh, Yo, are you okay? We haven't seen you. Is everything okay?" That is the change we are asking. That is humanity. When I saw that her text on my Instagram, I said, "Oh my good God." I now had to answer, "Sis, I've been fine. Oh, I've not had time to do a sit-down video or even voiceover, but I've been doing something on my cooking channel." That is what humanity is all about. People should check on each other. People should ask for each other. Know how you're doing. Don't assume. If somebody had taken any of those boys' relics, listen to it again, and then call him to like, "Hey, what's going on? How can I help? I see you. I hear you. How can I help?" In my state, after the passing of George Floyd case happened in my state, a lot of things changed. When I mean a lot of things, the government is working seriously to make sure that everybody is seen, heard, and brought to the table. The kind of diversity that they are involved in, getting everybody involved, the kind of adjustment and amendment that been made to policing in my state, all because of George Floyd. So I'm putting it back to Nigeria. Let the passing of Mohbad bring those changes. Let them bring the change on how you deal with your signees and signers. Let it bring the change in the music industry, in the movie industry, because it's not only in the music industry that this is happening. Ali Baba was interviewed by Channels Television. Ali Baba said that the thing is that if you are a creative person that you know you have talent, do not get involved when they want to sign you up and say you have to belong to a cult. Don't join. But the thing is that young people, because they are so hungry to blow, everybody wants to make it overnight. That's why they get involved with all these things, and coming out, pulling themselves out becomes a problem. Look at the kind of insight Ami Riat shared on her discussion today. She talked about them having two different things to sign. You have a contract for the business. You have oath of secrecy, not to ever say what went on in that house. not to ever discuss, not to ever do this. If making money has come to the point that you have to swear with your own life, nobody should get into that. And like I said, Nigeria, we know they know how to forget stories as if it never happened. They should use this tempo they are asking for justice and map out the things they need justice for. What kind of justice are you asking? Are you asking justice just to arrest Naira Marley and Sam Larry? Or are you asking for justice that will be a law, pass into a law? So when anybody contravenes that law, the person goes to jail. They should be able to use the same energy to campaign for something that will be sustained, something that will help other young folks
Sorry,
out
I'll
there.
be in the background. I need to make a call.
Thank you so much, Gores. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Getting It Right said, I just pray he gets justice seriously. Yeah, it depends on the kind of justice we are asking for. The young folks, everybody want to make it. If you're talented and somebody is putting you under those conditions for you to make it, tell the person no. That's the whole essence of YouTube. I could remember many years ago, about over 20 years ago, when CNN started iReport. CNN was doing iReport with Don Lemon. That was the person championing it at the time. You have a platform. You can actually market your products without any of those big companies. You can. This guy sings so perfectly. His lyrics are fantastic. His voice is moving. You don't need all those. If they're giving you those conditions, you have to sign oath of secrecy. You have to belong to this group or to this. You don't have to. Get a camera. Start seeing if you can make a little means before you go to a producer and say, this is the music I made. Can you help me produce it? Come with something. Don't go so desperate. Don't. Honestly, I really pray. I like being specific when I'm making demands, when I'm asking for something. I'm asking Nigerian youth that are asking for justice. What kind of justice are you guys looking for? Is it the justice to bring Mali and Sam Larry to the police to be interrogated? Or is it the justice to bring their record label down? Or is it the justice to bring a law that will make it what? A sustainable justice, that even the children unborn will come out and that law will still be there. At this point, there should be people in the House of Assembly should be doing something. They should be coming up with that passion. How do we save the youth? But do they really have the youth in mind? No. They want to keep them poor. So when an election comes, they will give them small money and use them to do all manner of things to win their election. And then the police that's supposed to be doing interrogation, this boy sent letters to police office that his life is what? At what? Risk. He said that his properties are being destroyed. His life is being but nobody moved a leg. Nobody made any arrest. Nobody invited anybody for questioning. And you tell me the same police people that are doing this interrogation will do the right thing. I don't see that happening, but it's my desire for them to do the right thing. Edward, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me today.
Actually, mommy,
Yes, go ahead.
uh, you see, of course, everybody wish because you see, like there's this stuff that if something has not happened to you and you will not really know how it feels. Because
Yes.
now I'm just trying to imagine how the parents now, how they are feeling right now. Do you know, even at some point after that news broke, I was just imagine that God just give me this power, like I just like this like I was because now when the news now broke again that the guy they buried him alive. Now I was now sitting down, I'm thinking, how is the guy struggling deep down that 6 feet, struggling to catch his breath,
You
like
are so
hoping to
right,
see somebody to
Joe.
come out. Like
You're
I'm
so
still
no, he wasn't. I don't want to believe they buried him alive. No, but the one that shook me,
well
that
that
whenever I refuse. I've not done any video on Mohbad until yesterday. I refused. It was an intentional because I didn't know where to start. I can't even begin to fathom that it happened. How can somebody pass? You know the way they say rest in peace. They did not even wish him the rest in peace. They had to make his neck like this to fit a coffin. That one alone, if I remember it, I weep. My sister did not work one of the days. She said she couldn't go to work. That this Mohbad thing, she had to call off from work, that she can't be able to make it today. That her mental state is completely shattered. Mohbad is somebody that we don't know. People didn't know this guy before now. But if you see all those pictures, all his song, if you listen to them, the little Yoruba I could understand, and then thank goodness for those interpreting in the comment section, you'll be able to see how much pain this guy was going on with dealing, how much pain he was dealing, even up until his last breath. He still went through that pain. Even after they said he died, right? They still put him in pain in the coffin. What kind of wicked people are these ones? How did they sleep at night? Even the
Honestly,
resting, the guy
there are a
no get
lot.
any resting place.
Rest in peace.
Chinaza, thank you for being here. No shaking. I come in peace. Thank you for being here. I'm not from Nigeria, but the way the thing is paining me, only God knows. I don't even know. No shaking. You're so right. A lot of
Man,
people are pain.
the only thing paining me right now is the fact that the way the thing is going, justice. No, I don't want people to start making me feel like maybe that maybe I'm being like, why am I
You're
concluding?
being
But
negative,
this
right?
is negative exactly. But this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria. We
Mm,
know the way these
mm.
people, the way they later conclude.
Ah,
We know because
Joe,
at the end now you see, and according to what Amy talked about now, that now that they are trying to now push,
the narratives, and
they are
that is the
shifting
fact.
attention away from the narrative, and
Yeah,
that is it. Before you know
yeah.
that, that's what they will now use as the topic. Before you know that, they just look for one story, blah blah blah, and just make it, and at the end, you see they declare the other two guys to say they are innocent and everything and everything like that. Although the
Mm-hmm.
only thing I know that yes, Sam Clare and Kesulu, which they were pushing for, was that they said okay, that the first thing they want to do first is that they want to bring down the record label. And that other guy, where he heard the shake anyhow, where they promote, immediately the news broke up. The guy went to his Instagram, he changed the bio from that Malian's record to Zinolicious music.
Yeah,
So
there is
I
so
really
much
appreciate,
going
but
on. And because I've lost faith in Nigerian police and Nigerian government, I don't see them getting any justice for this guy. But I want to
no,
use the
see, that is
this
it. Because
opportunity.
all these people, they know each other. They are
They are
all like they
compromised.
are all
Yeah.
the connection, the line is there. And the only thing that can, one thing that I know that can only happen in this country, that's for me, my own opinion. I'm not saying of others, maybe there's another solution, is that if revolution should take place. Mommy, I know it is a difficult task, honestly. Like, when we are talking about revolution, in fact, so many lives go. But if those lives that will
Don't even
will
go
put an
that route.
end
Thank you,
to
Nkechi
all
Cynthia,
these
for
lives that
joining
are
me
still
today.
about to go that we don't even know yet.
See,
Eh?
the Nigerian
May,
youth are
may,
not ready for that. Okay, they're not ready for that. But the thing is this: like I said, I'm not seeing. Thank you for the thumbs up, Nkechi. I
no,
really appreciate
we are
this.
not.
I don't see this justice happening because they're not outlining what they're asking for. Right now, even the people asking for justice, they don't even know what they're asking for. Are you? I'm a very specific person. I like outlining things. Stage 1, 2, 3, ABC. What do we have to do at this level? This is where we are. This is where we want to be in the next week, in the next 2 weeks. Before you know it, another story will come up. They will push this one aside and continue. But now that it's still hot, they should be asking the government for a law to prohibit the use of hard, they should have a law right now. You cannot do this in public because it's not a legal thing. For countries like Canada and some states in the US, they've legalized that, especially the medical one. You understand? Medical marijuana is a legal thing. You can use it for treatment and all of that. But Nigeria, you have no law making that legal. So how come they see people use those things in their music videos and they don't arrest them, prosecute them, to use them to set example for others? No. One of the Kutis, is this Shehu Kuti or something? He does his own anyhow, even in his live streams. They don't arrest them, they don't prosecute them, they don't do anything. Naira Mali does his own, even with push, 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 push. They don't do anything. So the young folks feels that is how to belong until they set the standard right, until they come up with a law that will prohibit the use in public. If you want to do it in your house where nobody will see you. But if you're coming online, if you're in the street, if you're in this place and you're doing this, you stand to be arrested immediately and charged to court immediately. That is what they should be talking about now. They should be gender focused. What exactly are we asking for? What kind of justice are we asking for? Secondly, will be in professions. We understand they should be able to have a law that will prohibit people from doing what? Joining groups, gangs, affiliation. If you're signing somebody to work under you as a producer or as a director or as a record label, you should not put them under undue influence because you're signing. There should be specifications on these issues. But right now, justice for Mohbad, justice, what kind of justice are they asking for? Iyabojo is trying to get there, say that they don't want another to happen. She's already talking to the boy that went Kolo, one of Malian's boy that went Kolo, and they pushed him out the
Yeah,
gate.
yeah.
They're talking about it. Yeah.
I learned about that one too. I learned
So
about that
they
one
should
too.
not
Like
wait.
even when the mother was giving the story about how it happened, she said that when they came then that she told them quite very well that please, so this boy still needs to go to school. There are a lot of things they need to do. He said they promised her that she shouldn't worry, that everything they will do it for him. The mother said immediately the guy left the place. Eh, for the after that time, for the past 5 years, they never heard of the boy. They lost contact of the boy. They were not hearing about the boy. Not until after 5 years, the boy now called them with an unknown number and said, I beg, please come and pick me. I don't understand what is going on here where I am. The mother said,
Imagine.
what is happening there? The boy said, just come and pick me. I don't know what is going on here. Then
And
maybe I
you
think
know
maybe
the
somebody was
funny thing,
coming.
Joe, you know the funny thing, these people all live in Lagos.
Yes.
It's not that you sent your child overseas. You don't know,
Yes.
you didn't see your son for 5 years and you kept quiet. What kind of mothers do
I
we
kept
have?
quiet, exactly. You
What kind of
understand? So it
mothers?
was
What kind
then.
of
Then
parents?
the the following week, when the boy now dropped the address for them, I said, okay, this is the exact place. Then on getting there, they met the boy outside the dump, deaf and dumb, like he doesn't even know. Then they brought him home, they waiting. If you see the boy, if you see the way he's as lean, eh?
Yeah.
They brought him home and they said, okay, guy, okay, can you just tell what happened over there? Like the boy couldn't even say a single thing of how, like he can't even account for what happened for the
Because
past
the,
five
the,
years.
the thing he used brainwashed him, so he couldn't even remember
Yes,
himself. He's sick,
yeah,
really sick, because of what the usage of those hard
those
drug.
are things.
Yeah.
And that's why I
To
said
just
this thing
function.
cannot. You
Thank
see,
you for coming,
all these
sis.
laws, you are bringing in. Yes, it is true. The laws are supposed to be in place, but what happens when the people that are supposed to actually make those laws are the one behind all these things? So now, how do you expect the law should come in practice? That is
The
it.
thing is this, I don't want to believe that everybody in the House of Assembly are dealing, okay? There should still
But
be
you dare
some,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, but don't even but those even those good ones, they dare not.
No, 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 no. You know one thing they do in that House of Assembly? They can propose those bills. Somebody can write it up. This is what we want to do. They might get it into passing the bills. It becomes an act and all of that. But the thing is that they are doing it not for themselves, but for the masses, because the rich, they don't obey the law in Nigeria, just like you try to explain. So they are doing it
Yeah.
for the masses, but let that law be there. I'm not even asking for those laws for them. I'm asking it for those poor people from the slum that they're going to pick tomorrow to come and say we are taking you out of poverty. They will get them to sign all manner of contract to give away their souls, all in the name that somebody wants to help you. Those are the people that at least the law will be the
Exactly.
last resort to help them. You understand? Those are the people I'm looking at. I'm not even looking
Yeah.
at those rich ones, because if they have any case in police, they can do anything and the case will never be, nothing will be heard about it.
Of
We saw
course.
how
Of
Dino
course.
Melani,
Yeah.
when Dino was having problem, he was forming sickness overnight. Dino became very sick. At the end of the day, what happened to Dino? We saw Fanika Yode. He was arrested. At the end of the day, what happened to him? We saw the one that collapsed in the National Assembly when he was going through interrogation. Do we still hear about them? The NNPC guy that packed millions of dollars, millions of pounds, naira in a warehouse in Kaduna or Kanu, that the thing all got destroyed, turned into dust. What happened to him? Nothing. So the rich will always get away. That's the country Nigeria has turned to. And that wasn't the country I know. Okay? The Nigeria I know, I would say, was far better than what it is. Far better. They are talking about subsidy right now. The government released subsidy to help with the palliatives, to help with the fuel subsidy. How many of those village people in Nigeria received that? The last news I saw was a commissioner fighting with somebody in the local government in Osun State because of palliatives. So the thing is this, they are not after the souls and heart of Nigeria, which is actually the youth. The youth are the soul and the heart of the country. They are not interested about that. They only need them when they are going into election, so that they will give them those small money. They will go and cause confusion in election place. That's why they want to keep them poor. But if they have those laws in place, it will at least help. If anything should happen, you can go to court. But the court these days, do you get judgment? I don't even know where to start. You cannot get justice as well. So everything is just
That is the
going down the
point.
hill.
Everything is like they are just like everything. They are just in a parallel line. Like, oh, is it a series? No, I'll call it a series line. Like you don't know who to run to. If you go to the police, problem. You go to court, problem. If you go to court, now, do you know how much you're going to use to start a court case? So by the time you start thinking of
Honestly,
the amount you're even going to use to start a court case and everything, then you now look at what you're even fighting for. You see that, it's not better I just back off and just be open on God to give me the justice. That's it. And that's what most of you Nigerians are all open on. Like, and that's as if this over spirituality of a thing has is another aspect again that's really taking place, because now most people are like, I can't get my justice the way I want it. So most times they say, okay, we just depend on God, and that's just the only thing. Because you are waiting for government to give you justice, you go dey there. If you are,
the
if
point is
you go
that
dey
God
there now.
cannot come down. Yeah, he can't come
Yeah,
down to help you get justice.
God,
That's
yes.
So that's the truth. It's unfortunate. God cannot come down. It takes human beings to make change. It's only the people, when they, I don't even know to what extent Nigerian situation will get for people to feel uncomfortable and then want to do something. I don't know the extent it will get, because they've gone through a lot of difficulties and they still don't care enough to fight for what is good for the country. Everybody's interested in what is good for my family, what is good for my purse. That's all most people are interested. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that's what people are interested in. But anyways, we can't exhaust Mohbad's story in one sitting. There is no way you can. But what I'm saying, like everybody that have joined me today, we've all been speaking the same thing. The family failed him. His friends failed him. Lakewood Label failed him. Nigeria failed him. And the reason why I'm saying Nigeria failed him, because this boy reported to the police several times that his life was in danger, that somebody is being, a threat to his life. He did all of those to the police and nobody moved a leg. The police sat down where they are. They never called anybody for interrogation. They never arrested anybody. They never did anything. We saw the commissioner, the press conference guy, saying that we heard that the boy had reported to the police. We are going to fish out the police station and the people involved. By now, if it's a functional society, they would have been given another update that this is the police station and those people are now placed on administrative leave upon pending investigation. That is what you can obtain overseas, but not in Nigeria. It is what it is. The country do not really care for their citizens, and it's very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Linda Naye, thank you for coming back. No Shaking said they did not do anything and now he is no more. People are going here and there. Yeah, they didn't do anything while he was alive, and now people are moving mountains when he's gone. It is unfortunate, and I must say, let's check on each other. I did talk about Uju's talk show before she even came in here. She reached out to me on Instagram just to know if I was okay. Joe also reached out to me on WhatsApp to know if I was okay. He hasn't seen me in a long time. And that's all it takes. Everything is not about money. When Uju sent me that note, I said, oh my goodness, God bless this woman real good. Check on one another. Don't assume that all is well with them. People are going through a lot. Your checking on them on time might be that intervention they need to continue to live. Let's do the right thing. Let's do right for one another. It is very important.
It is very important. Mommy, sorry, I want to add this too. I just hope that these same public people that are actually pushing for this guy's justice, I only hope that they are not also doing it for their own selfish interest too. So that you not be surprised that you see some of these people that are pushing for this justice now. Tomorrow now they will say they are coming out for one thing or the other. So now they will not believe that okay, they can. This is an avenue for them to move.
See,
Joe,
don't even
no,
go very
mommy,
far.
that's just the truth. That is just the truth.
Let me say something.
Let me say something.
Don't go very far. The manager, Mohbad's manager, they've been asking her, she's a lady, to go to the police station and also answer questions. This lady went on and organized the candlelight. They said she pushed out messages to a lot of donors to donate for the candlelight. Everybody in Nigeria is looking for their pocket. The only person that will stand there for you is actually your parent. And that is one of the reasons Emmy Ria said that she's not sure if that man is Mohbad's father. Because your father can agree to take a bullet for you. Your father can agree to go extra mile. Your mother can do that. But these parents, I don't know if they were threatened or intimidated by Malians or Mali himself, that they did nothing to help their son. Because while Mohbad was sending those things to the police station, the mother could have been screaming. The mother could have been granting interview. You understand? And one person can decide to be a good person and get her custody where nobody will know she lives there. There are always ways. In the US, what they do, if they feel your life is at risk, they can even move you from your state, ship you to another state, change your name so that people will not know you because you're on protective custody from the law. The law is protecting you. So there is no way the father will tell me they did enough to save their son. They did not. Your son was going through this pain all these years. You were begging. There is a video where they were begging Mali. The mother was kneeling down, begging Mali. That's not enough. Scream, cry, yell. That's why they have social media. People use social media to get a lot of information now out there so that people can help you scream. If not for social media, May Edochie would have still been there suffering alone all by herself. But social media gave her the platform and a lot of people stood by her and they are still standing by her as we speak. There is power in social media. People should utilize it. Don't come and give me that story that, yes, so because they said we should not talk, that's what. What happened to the fact that you carried this child 9 months in your womb? The pain of 9 months should make a mother sit up, to make a mother do everything necessary to save your child. The family of this boy failed him 110%. And even upon his death, All they were asking of, he was supposed to give me 5 million to go and stock my shed. He bought 3 sheds for me. And then the day he died, they were supposed to transfer 5 million for me. The wife even told me to go and get somebody to help me with shopping. That's what the mother was saying. Then the father was saying, look at where I live. That Mohbad, even the 2 million the video sent for me, I only got 1 million. Is it the 1 million or the 2 million that is more important than your child, your son was put down 6 feet, less than 24 hours? You're talking about money. You're talking about property, that the wife is the one that has the whole property. This family, in fact, my prayers to anybody listening to me, please, if you're listening to me and you're still struggling, work hard. Break the boundaries and bondage of poverty. Work hard so that your children will not go through the same pain. Poverty is a disease, a big one. I don't know if it's the poverty mentality or if it's the disease of poverty that is making these people the way they behaved around their son. Somebody was talking about Burna Boy's mother. That one will go for show with Burna Boys. That one goes anywhere, everywhere with the son. But Mohbad's case, nobody knew Mohbad had a mother until he passed. As a mother, as a father, you can go to any extent for the sake of your child. Let this be a learning curve for everybody. If you're a mother and if you're a father and someone is putting your child into this kind of thing, don't keep quiet because you're afraid they are going to buy you. No, scream, shout, yell until you're heard. Because Nigeria these days is not, even if you run to the police will not help you. But don't give up. Fight for the sake of your child, for the sake of 9 months journey. But what happened with these people is simply shows that they don't even know what love is all about. Love is not money. Because of what you stand to benefit from, he promised to give me money. The land he bought is with his, is it the land? Did he ask you guys to be poor? If he had had the opportunity of choosing his parents, who his parents were to be before he came to life, he wouldn't have chosen the people that gave birth to him. He would have chosen a rich family. But children don't have the right to choose parents. If you have a child, move mountains for that your child's sake. Don't relent and give excuses. Don't. Because now their breadwinner is gone. So what is going to happen to them? Are they even thinking about it? Your breadwinner that's supposed to give you 5 million, that promised to buy you a land. What is going to happen now that he's gone? People might donate money for you, but it's temporary. Once this news and the wave is gone, it's all over. Your breadwinner is gone. And the way the father was talking as if somebody has warned him. If you dare say anything that will link me to this, just consider yourself a gunner. One person can never be greater than a nation. And that's why the youths are campaigning for what? For justice. But they should also be justice focused in the sense that they should know what they're asking for. Let this not happen to another young boy, young girl out there. Let this not happen. Let this cry lead to a bill. Let this cry lead to a law. Let them have boundaries. What a label company can do with their signees and all of that. Let those things be stipulated. Let them have some prohibitions, what you cannot do, what you can do. I don't know what they have right now in terms of professional level, because the music industry is exposed today. How about the movie industry? Those girls will not tell you how they were meant to go to the other room with the producers before they cast them. People don't say what they go through. All you see on Instagram, hey, I bought a Range Rover, this, I bought that. They don't tell you what they subjected themselves to before they got there. Let's think about doing the right thing, checking on one another. Let this campaign not be quiet. Let this campaign be gender focused. Let them seek for sustainable change. All right, guys, you guys have been nothing but amazing. Getting it right with Olivia said, host, why people don't speak out is once the rich person comes, they will turn the case against the innocent. That is the Nigeria we now know today. Is very unfortunate, I must say. It's very unfortunate that that is what it is right now. Very, very unfortunate. Ami Riat came back. Ami, welcome back. A public figure buried like a chicken.
Thank you,
Honestly,
host.
Uju, honestly, buried like a chicken. Now that his body has been exhumed, they are going to give him a befitting burial. But that will not change anything. I'm looking for changes that could be made that would be beneficial to every citizen, not just a befitting burial. Emmy, I believe you have something to talk about. That's why you hopped back up.
Yes, not really something much, but um, just like I echoed before, there will be no justice. There will be none because of how this issue has been handled. Now, I saw a video of the wife's sister insulting the guy that said, okay, they should do DNA, this, and that.
Mm,
That is not a family member and that he does not have a right to ask for it. No wahala. This same voice, you did not use it when they buried your sister's husband like a chicken, or when they were bullying him for years. It's when they mention DNA, you know you have voice. Well, the latest update is that this guy that has been talking about this issue, one of his points, the police have used it, and we are getting good results. The guy asked the Nigerian police to interrogate the nurse that gave him the
yeah,
injection. Now
yeah.
they have interrogated the nurse. The nurse is not even a qualified nurse. She's not even a certified nurse. She does not even have degrees.
Oh.
Just a lay person from
But
nowhere
wait,
that
oh,
just came.
Emmy, wait, oh. Who took him to the? They say he walked into the hospital himself, right? Or
His
did the nurse
friends,
come to the house?
his friends that took him to the hospital. And this is the same question the guy has been asking. That these three friends that pronounced him dead were the same three friends that followed him when he went to make the first payment for
Or
the
his
Range
car?
Rover he wants to buy. That who are they? We are all focusing on DNA. We have left the main questions the guy is asking. We are focusing on DNA. Like I said earlier, the people that went for candlelight, which day? Was it not the day before yesterday in Lekki? Maybe they have spin the whole thing to tribal something now. They have spin the whole thing to tribal something now. It is now going from the main objective to something else. Oh, let me tell you something. There are so many reasons why this boy will not get justice. Because even the people that we think that want justice don't want that justice.
Hmm.
Let us use our tongue to counter our teeth. It's not everything they used to say. My mom will say, it's not everything you will say. You will say some, you will still leave the remaining. The people we are fighting this justice for, they don't want that justice. The person that really wants that justice is the boy that died.
Yeah.
And if we come out and say it's only the family that can ask for DNA, that boy does not have a family. He has no family. He
Yeah.
has no father, he has no mother, he has no brother, he has no sister, he has no wife, he has no in-law. He has none. The only person that boy has is us that are advocating for justice on social media. So I want to appeal to everyone who is watching this program. Don't look at the boy's family members' attitude. Because if you look at their attitude, you see this matter, you will stop talking about it. You'll be
Yeah.
disappointed. Focus on the boy that is lying cold in his grave. He's the one that really deserves that justice. And anybody that is close to that boy's family should warn the wife's sister or the wife. They should shut the fuck up. They should keep that voice they think they have to themselves. Because when he needed it the most, they did not use it. That's just it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmy. Thank you. I really appreciate your input. No shaking. You're asking where to call in. Actually, there is a link down in the chat. You can actually jump on the link, click on the link, and then you'll be on the stage. So everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody, I just dropped my video. It's about 6 minutes. I dropped it 17 minutes ago, where I talked about legally who should request, who has the legal standing to request. Excuse me, guys. Who has the legal standing to request for a DNA and who should not, and also the people that should be interrogated in this matter. I stated all of those in that video. It's a very short one, 6 minutes, an easy
Thank
one.
you. Thank you. Somebody asked a very good question. Now, where was the wife when he was taken to hospital? Where was the wife when he was taken to the family house to be buried? Where was she?
Yeah, the
People
thing
are
is
saying,
this.
oh, she's a young person. She's
No,
34
no.
years old. I
Forget
don't
about young
understand.
person, please. Forget about she's a young person. She's not 17. She's not 15. She's
Ha.
23 or
Hey,
24.
mm.
So she's old enough to know what to do and old enough to fight for her husband and fight for her child. The thing is this, I don't know who ordered that burial because I believe there was a higher up that was dictating how it should be done. And let's hurry up and get it. You know, there was a higher up. Mohbad's father, if only if he can ever be honest and tell the police or tell people what went on from the time the boy was said he passed up until he was buried, that will reveal a lot of things. You know, and if Mohbad lives in Lekki and he was buried in, was he in, I don't even know where he lives. He was buried in Ikorodu. So when they were transporting the body, where was the wife? Yoruba custom said the older people can't see, the parents can't see their kids when they pass. But the wife is also a younger person, younger than Mohbad. So there is no culture, there is no tradition that
My
prevent her.
host,
Yeah.
when this boy was about to be buried in the midnight, 12 hours after they proclaimed he dead, why did the wife not also use the social media platform to come out and shout that they want to bury her husband though, and she suspects he's still alive? But she can come out and shout now when they say DNA.
You know, host, co-host, you know what I'm thinking, eh? These people are afraid of something. Let's not forget that fact. There is something they're afraid of. And if somebody tells you who he is, believe that person. Okay, don't second guess it. They are afraid of something and they are not talking. It's until they open their mouth to the truth and say the truth, then we'll
That
be able to know what is going
that
on.
very dark man that is talking about this case, he just did another video now because he said that the reason why he was saying okay they should also do DNA is because evidence has come out that the guy's wife used to date two other people in the label the guy was in before.
Hmm.
So he let this thing well.
Emmy,
Eh.
if that's the case, that means DNA is required. Because my video, I just that in that my video, I stated it, you know, from the legal point of view, who should request and people that should be interrogated. See, if you're talking about people that should be interrogated or called for questioning, all the boys that took him to the hospital, the guys he spent the night with, the place he was the night before, the driver, the cook, the nurse, the doctor from the hospital, his father, his mother, his wife. In the US, if there is a case like this, and then the cause of death is not natural cause, right? The first person the police will interrogate is the spouse, whether you be man or woman. You are number one suspect. That is what is required. The officers are gonna take you for interrogation. From you, they will now start asking, was he with anybody? Do you think he has any enemy? Do you think anybody is after his life? Do you think those are the questions, the preliminary questions they're going to ask you? But you're going to answer your whereabouts from the time he went to the hospital. Where were you? What were you doing? The time he passed, can you tell us, do you have any alibi? That is the line of question. So all of them, everybody related to this guy, his friends, his family, even the cook, the driver, the steward, everybody should be combed. But like I said, they are under something that they are not talking. There is something higher than them that is scaring them to the point that they don't want to buy. They want to be alive. I remember parents would say, no, for the sake of my child, I can do anything. But not this father, not this mother. That somebody will be, doing this to your child for years and you kept quiet. You guys will go and be
Host,
begging the person.
host, that's what I'm saying, that if they want to keep quiet, let them keep quiet till the last. If you're not going to talk when you're supposed to talk and bring solutions, as the wife, you've not brought out concrete evidence that will expose those that pie your husband. The wife of, they say the girlfriend has been with a girl for over 10
10
years.
years,
You,
yes.
you've not brought out any concrete,
But wait,
any concrete of evidence.
over 10 years, that means they started dating when she was 14.
You know how this ghetto dating used to be now. You know how they do them. It's
Mm.
ghetto dating. You've not brought out any concrete evidence till now. You've not brought out videos when you've not surrender yourself to the police. Give them proper details. Bring out evidence. Go to your Instagram, your TikTok, or whatever platform you have. Bring out those evidence. So in case the police want to hide it, let it be that the general public already have those evidence. What you're coming to fight for is anybody advising that girl is not advising her well. Because she's just, you see, if you can remember before I left, I said something that they are
Yeah.
going to spin the narrative. And that if that girl is not careful, they will spin it in a way that she will not be able to come out of it. I've not even finished saying it. I said, let me go online and just go to the place that I get update as is happening. That was how this update came out. If that girl is not careful, they will spin it on her head. Why? Because she does not know when to talk and when to keep quiet. Everything is calculate before you talk.
Yeah. Anyway, oh, Ju is coming up. You guys have been nothing but amazing this morning. This conversation will not be exhausted on a one live stream. There are so many things to discuss, so many things to talk. Welcome, my beautiful sister, Uju's Talk Show. Thank you, thank you, thank you for, first of all, checking on me to know how I was doing. That
Uh,
is all it takes. We should reach out to one another, let us not assume that all is well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
you're welcome, beautiful host. Good, so good to see you. So good to see you.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back. Hello, everyone. Hello, co-host. When I saw the news of this young guy, I've never heard his music before. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know who he was, but his story. Even this morning, I woke up thinking about him. I've been thinking about this boy, and each time I think about him, I get so sad, you know,
Yeah.
seeing such a young guy. He was 27 years, full of
Mm-hmm.
life, very talented. Whenever anything that has to do with music, I count me in. I love music. But like you all said, his parents failed him. This guy was, I think I had, is it Peter Okoye? You know Peter Okoye, not Apollo Okoye, not the Paul
Okay, the
Okoye,
promoter, right?
the promoter.
Mm.
I heard him speak at Daddy Freeze's show, and he said he was the one that invited the guy to UK for his
Yeah.
first and last show.
Mm-hmm.
He said that when he came, he called him, he never picked up, and he called him again, and he picked up. That when he was in UK, this guy was stricken with fear. He would lock himself up in the room, didn't want to
Hmm.
go anywhere. And he will ask him, what is going on? He was telling him, they are after me. They are after me. And Paul Okoye said he didn't understand. Why? Who is after you? And that he's blaming himself now because he didn't take him serious. He was just, waving it off. Oh, no, this is UK. You're protected. Nothing will happen to you. No, he said, no, they are after me. And I think Daddy Shoki was on that show. And Daddy Shoki told Paul, the guy knew what he was talking about because this person he was afraid of had people everywhere. He
Yeah.
has people everywhere.
Yes.
So Paul Okoye was blaming himself. He said he should have done better. He should have at least listened to him and tried to help because this guy was stricken with fear. That the only time he smiled is, when he now told him, no, come, let's go and eat. He went to eat and during his show. But after that, he was just so afraid. So I'm like, okay. And he was been voicing this out. And people around him. And you guys were talking about his wife. His wife knew. He lived with him. He knew the people that were after him. And his wife lived in fear too.
Yeah, she's in fear. Yeah, under the same fear. Yeah.
Under the same fear.
Even his parents.
Even his parents. And this is the guy that said he lived on the street. And I heard, I think it was from one of the bloggers that his dad sent him to Polytechnic, to go to school, that he couldn't.
Yeah, he sang it in one of his songs. That his father saved money, sent him to Poly, he couldn't. And he went back to the street to hustle.
So what are we saying now? I know Amy said that nothing will be done. I was thinking about it yesterday. I said all this uproar, all this justice for this, justice for him. Give a couple of days, it will die off. And that's what the people behind this want. Where are they? Have they been arrested?
Yeah.
What is going? I hope that it doesn't die down like that. And another thing is parents, and some parents do this, and it's very hard. Looking at their children as the breadwinner, they're still kids.
That is too much for me.
It's horrible. And that's why most of these young girls are misbehaving. They are doing things that they shouldn't do in order to take care of their parents and their siblings. Because once you're in the limelight, they believe, oh, you have the money, you're making the money. Okay. This guy was running away from frenemies, frenemies, I don't know what they call it. And then was carrying the burden of his family. And you were talking about the movie industry. Some of these young ladies, that is what they're dealing with, carrying the burden of their families. And you see them doing what they're not supposed to do in the bid to make money to take care of their parents and siblings.
Yeah. It's true. I built a house for my mother. I built a house for my father. Your mother and your father is not asking you where you got the money to build the house for.
Yeah, so I just pray that there'll be justice for this young lad. And I believe, like people are saying, oh, he's strong or whatever, Yeah, he all he wanted was peace and light.
That is it.
Peace and light. And one of the frenemies said in an interview that this boy has never fought in his life because they say he's just tall, lanky, easygoing, peaceful. Although he grew up on the streets, he has never fought. That's what one of the frenemies said. So I'm still really looking into this case, and I'm praying that justice will be done so that the others coming up, others in that bondage, because many kids are under that bondage, will be set free. Will be set free. And I see Yabo Joe. She visited. I think another guy. Is it DJ?
Another guy from the same record company.
DJ something. DJ. Yes. Looking at his life now. Because of what DR. I'm echoing. What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. Joe has turned off his mic, so you can go ahead.
And then she sent their boy's account number. Okay, if you want to help. I'm like, you have to start with from the foundation. This guy needs help. He needs therapy. He needs to go to rehab. Is he still on DRUG? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because if you send all these things to him, he will use it for that.
And not
So,
only that, the families, you understand, will
mm,
use the money and do their own bidding. They will not even, what they need, that's the problem Nigerians have. It's not send the account number, no. You can actually get a central account, open an account on that person's behalf, like an NGO account, then get a therapist, use the funds from there and settle the therapist bill, see if that guy can
exactly.
come clean. But all these ones, send the account number, send the account number. Nobody accounts for anything. Accountability is a big problem in Nigeria.
A
It's a
very
big
big one.
problem.
A very
So
big
if
one.
they are doing all of these things they are doing, you know, Uju, I have a problem here that I'm sorry. I pray for justice and I hope for, but I'm giving them 2% chances there is any justice that will come out of it. We saw how election went. We saw how all the rich that were arrested, how they got free. The people that get prosecuted in Nigeria are the poor when you don't have anybody to fight for you. And also, these
True.
people they are asking for justice, they are shaking hands with the government of today. So who is going to interrogate who? The
I
police people that
wonder.
are shaking hands with these people, or the
Chai.
governors that are shaking hands with these people, inviting them to their offices. I really don't have that strong faith, but I still have 2% faith that something can be achieved. That's why I'm asking them to have a, kind of justice focused agenda, in the sense that this is what we want to achieve. They should be pushing out this case to the National Assembly right now to come up with a bill that will prohibit the industry people from overusing the young ones, or
Very
putting them
true.
under unnecessary pressure for them to be
Yeah.
successful. We saw
Yeah.
how the movement I2 in Nollywood, how that thing turned up, and the guy is now rotting in jail. As rich, wealthy, influential as that guy is, he's in jail. But if that were to be Nigeria, the reverse would have been the case. So they should be able to come up with some bill, and they will pass the bill to an act, so that the young ones, the upcoming ones, will know, if your producer, your director is telling you you have to do this for me to give you a role, you quickly read the act. Oh no, why are you doing that? That is wrong. That you're going contrary to this particular section, and I'm going to report. In fact, I'm going to sue. They should be able to come up with something tangible. Even if they arrest Mali and his hitman, would that solve this problem? No. So they should do something tangible. And Amy is of opinion there might not be justice, which I understand the angle she's going, because I don't even have that faith in the judiciary. I don't.
I agree with you, host. I really agree with you, because the justice we are crying for, people are crying for, is not only for this young man, but for all other people that will go through the same thing, or many that are in currently
Yeah.
going through what this guy is going through, that doesn't have a voice. Do you understand? But like you said, the social media. But this guy he was talking. This guy has been talking now. He was saying it, but people were not, they didn't take him serious.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Now see where he has landed him. So I beg, thank you. I just saw you and I
Uju,
wanted to come up. It's just
Uju,
so
good evening,
sad.
ma. Thanks
Good
It
for
is
evening,
very
coming.
Amy.
sad.
Good evening, Amy.
Host,
So
I
let me
heard
step
was saying
down.
something. Okay, okay. I
Okay,
heard
go
was
ahead.
saying something.
Okay,
Okay.
were you referring
I
to
heard
me,
the
Amy?
host.
Okay.
You say?
Okay, did you want to tell me something? I don't know. Can I
Okay,
step down
yes,
now?
yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
I heard the host saying something like, that I said justice will not be served. Yes, let me give the reasons why I said justice will not be served again, since you're here. Number one, the people that we think should be clamoring for the justice don't really need that justice. The person that needs that justice is the boy lying cold in his grave.
because through their actions, they are gaslighting Nigerians unknowing to them. Imagine Nigerians that have been fighting for this case. You're telling them that they should not involve themselves in family issues. I thought we all said we are family. That is why we are fighting this case. In the heat of the matter, you are gaslighting them. Number two, they have made it a tribal agenda that, oh, it's a certain tribe that wants to come and destabilize the Lagos. That is why they hosted a candlelight.
Emmy, is that the latest narrative now?
It has been going on for over 2 days now.
Wow.
That a certain tribe is trying to destabilize their Lagos. That is why they hosted the candlelight. The candlelight that happened, 92% of those that attended it is their people. At the end, they started tear gassing them, started, up. Both those that lost their legs, those that their face got busted in the process. They now termed it IP something are the ones trying to invade Lagos. Can you imagine that? And then a well-known platform representing Lagos State now put out a statement saying IP something want to invade Lagos, and that they're not going to accept that. I don't understand. Here's all this coming from.
Is IPOB. IPOB they're referring to.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, where is this coming from? Everybody is clamoring for justice for this boy. And what people could do is to turn it to a tribal something. As when I saw that part there, I felt a cold feeling just move down my spine. I said, this boy can never ever get justice. Not in this world, not in the next. That's a certain tribe should not involve themselves. That it is their family issue, their personal issue. Now, number 3, the boy, which is a very dark man that has been advocating for justice, giving us different instances, calling everybody out that should be called out. Just because he said, this lady has dated 2 other people in the record label, and because of voice notes that came out, that this girl too should be interrogated. And there are talks of this child might not be the child of this boy. They should do a DNA. People turned the boy to IP something, and the boy is IP something, and he's trying to distract the case. But all the ideas he has been giving that has been helping this case to get to where it is now, you did not appreciate it. You just mentioned DNA, you guys. Then the family is now out there gaslighting people, threatening the same guy with 300 million in lawsuits. Number 4, who wants to arrest him? Is it the same police that this guy has written severally to save his life from a reliable source?
Yeah.
When they called these people for interrogation, those that are allegedly accused, do you know what the police did? They called them, they called the boy, and told the boy to say it in their faces that they are after his life. If he was alive and he made all these attempts and he didn't get any success, is it now that he's dead that he will get success? The answer is no. The people you want to get justice from, they are highly connected. In fact, they're not just highly connected. They wine and dine with those in authority. In fact, they are like, just like the way me and Oyoyo is now. She's my elder sister. We run things together. So you expect that. Okay, let me give you one very quick example. During that end something, there were 2 particular thugs, very popular ones, that we are used to disrupt it. In elections, we also saw them. They disrupted it. And these 2 particular thugs, we saw them with someone that was sworn in a so-called holy ground. What does that tell you? So many videos have been out there. So many pictures has been out there. There are things we know about this government that I don't need to come and repeat again. Yeah. You are not going to get justice. You see, Joe, you will not see it. Talk more of this. I just took my time to give you reasons why I told you you are not going to get justice. If the police could not interrogate this issue when the guy was alive, so it's not them say he wrote petitions. If the NDLA that is supposed to handle this case aided the Pai,
Is it now that Baba is no more that you now think you will not see Joe talk more artists?
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you. I even learned that they even made the so-called Mali an ambassador for NDLEA. Could you imagine that?
That's why I said you're not going to see Joe talk more artists. You will
Mm.
not see Joe talk more artists. Just forget about this case. I told host something earlier, and I will still repeat it. They are going to spin. You know me, if I talk like this, they be like, say, oh, I don't know what I'm saying until it happened. They are going to spin the narrative, and everything will fall on the wife. That's why I kept ringing it that if she was a wise person, when they try spinning the narrative, you'll be faster than your enemies, 2 steps faster than them. If your enemy is thinking at 100%, she will think at 500. She would have go behind the scene, do that thing, so that when the whole thing come out, you already have your own. Now that somebody has come out to say, I have a child for him, where were you all this while? Oh, you leave talking, Jare, get this where we know if you talk for last
Honestly, I really feel so bad for this young man that passed. I really pray that the youth of Nigeria can help to resolve this case. Not 100%. I'm still hoping. I gave the police 2%, but I don't have faith in the police. I don't have faith in the judiciary. I don't have faith in the people handling this. Because just like Emmy rightly said, if they couldn't help him while he was alive, is it now that he's gone? And they try to cover up the evidence by burying him quickly so that a lot of things can be concealed. Is it now they're going to get justice? But I'm still
Host,
living. Yes, go
host,
ahead.
please. I want to
Mhm.
step down, but I want to drop this. It just came to my spirit now, to my mind. You know, a guy gave account of his experience at the hospital where the guy died.
Mhm.
He said he was at that hospital, this young guy, that he came to see the doctor because he wasn't feeling well. All of a sudden, they saw people rushing that guy in, that he didn't, Mohbad in, that he didn't look well. But being, he's a great fan of his. He said, oh, Mohbad, I love your music. I love your music. Can we take a picture? He said he was looking at him. He wasn't feeling well. But this guy still stood and took a picture with him
Mhm.
before they rushed him inside. And the next thing he knew that he has spied. They were rushing him out again, his body out, that he has spied. They gave him an injection. What people are not asking is, what kind of injection was that? Because Nigeria, they carry fake drugs, expired drugs. If they still have, they need to know the kind of injection so that they'll dispose of it, so that not many people, some will not come and get that injection. Because I've heard a friend of mine,
Mommy Uju,
his brother,
the injection they gave him was a sedative to make
oh,
him
what
weak
kind?
and sleep.
What
That
kind?
dark man has exposed a lot of these things.
What
They
kind?
gave him
What kind?
I forgot the name. They said to give me a few minutes. Let me go to TikTok and get the name.
I have something to do with my husband. I'll be stepping. So that's very important. They should find that medication. Know whether it's the right dose. What
Absolutely.
went wrong? Do you understand? Because a friend of mine lost his brother because of his same injection. He had malaria, went to
Hmm.
the hospital, they gave him injection, he died. So it's like those are things that we should be looking into.
Would you
And the guy said he ran away from that hospital. He didn't see
you
the
see?
doctor again that day.
See,
So
if we start talking about negligence in Nigerian hospital, we will not
it's
even
horrible.
finish the talk today. My friend from
Guys, thank
university,
you. I gotta go. I gotta
thank you
go.
so much,
Bye.
Uju. I really
Bye.
appreciate your contribution today. God bless you. My friend in the university, she was
The name of the injection is Midazolam.
Midazolam. Okay, it depends on the dose they give him. It
Yes.
depends on what his body can tolerate and what his body cannot tolerate, especially being the fact that he has used substance in the past. You don't know the extent of damage already done to his system. So the hospital, I know they must have cleaned their lab, cleaned up all their medical shelf and all of that. They are going to cover themselves as well because of negligence, and then they might get into, if they get into trouble, they are going to be facing a medical board and their license could be revoked. A lot of things are involved. But the thing I'm saying here, if in terms of negligence, it can happen to anybody. I lost a very good friend of mine, my college friend from Nigeria, who was almost 9 months pregnant. She was 8 months. The next week, she would have been getting into her full term 9 months. Then she was having kind of, her BP was high. She went to the hospital. They gave her injection. She died. Her twin baby died as well. None was were saved. So there are huge negligence going on in Nigeria. If that hospital is a certified hospital, why do they have a non-certified nurse to administer injection? So many questions that needs to be answered. And because the nurse has been interrogated, hopefully she will be able to answer the questions rightly. Uh, and in the course of things, we'll be able to hear what the outcome of police investigation is. But as it is now, let's be hopeful there is still some form of justice that will be gotten for this young man. But until then, Nigerian youth should continue to campaign for change. They shouldn't just be speaking justice. What kind of justice? Like I said, campaign for change, something that will save other people from getting into what Mohbad got into, something that will help save the youth. The youth is the heart and soul of a country. And if Nigeria should let their youth down, they have finished the country already. So let's be hopeful that something good will happen at the end of the day. And I want to especially thank all of you that joined me today. You guys will be giving me your summary of the whole thing. And let's be rounding up. It's already 2 hours and 35 minutes, which I didn't intend to go that far. But because the conversation was very interesting, a lot of insights shared, and a lot of opinions expressed, I am very grateful to all of you for lending your voices today. So I'll be starting with you, Joe. In a nutshell, what do you have to say about the whole thing we discussed? Are you of the opinion that justice can be, obtained for Mohbad, or are you of the opinion that you don't see that happening? And what do you think will be way forward for Nigerian youth to stop engaging in hard, DRUG? Okay. So Joe, if you're still here, give us your final thoughts. So we'll be calling it a day today. Getting it right with Olivia. God bless you. Real good for joining me
For
today. I really
joining me today. I really do.
All right. I want to say big thanks to all the co-hosts that joined, and also so thank viewers over there and YouTube for bringing up this topic. First thing I'm going to say is that I would want to advise every one of us, as youth, or whatever decision we are going to be making, because all this scenario all started with him because of the decision he took. So whatever decision we're making, let's be ensured that we are directed and we know what we are getting ourselves into, not just because of us, but for the case of our generations to come, the innocent ones. I made a scenario one time. I said, many of us now, there are some battles that we are fighting right now that we know nothing about. Some transgenerational battles, some inherited battles that we know nothing about that we're fighting just because of the ignorance of our forefathers, that they didn't know what they were getting themselves into, or because they are in search of maybe powers, or maybe because they're looking for a male child and they get themselves into all those rubbish, and which is affecting most of our lives right now. So please, I will endeavor us to know what we are getting ourselves into. Let's make findings before we do anything, before we make any decisions. And regarding the justice, I'm still standing on my stance. I'm not changing. Justice, there is 99% chances that the justice might not happen. And why
Hi.
are we saying this? Because of those people that are involved. Look at that channel. Look at the chains right from the top to the middle to down. All these people, they are all linked together. They all know
Hmm.
each other. They all know the good things they've done. They all know the bad things they've done. So imagine, okay, let's say for example, me and Sister Hemi now, we are both colleagues. Maybe probably when I was in secondary school, I buy one of my classmates, which because Sister Hemi is my friend, so Sister Hemi knew about it and she said, okay, I will not say anything about it. So unfortunately, maybe later on, Sister Amy can decide to come and use that same thing
that I did back then and use it and say she wants to use it and blackmail me for 10 million naira or so, of course I'll give it to her because I don't want her to what? To expose the secret.
Mm-hmm.
So that is it. And if she doesn't use it to blackmail me, she can as well just use it to her own profit or anything, just to make sure that yes, we maintain that secret. So this police, some of them, their hands are dirty. So now, if you not tell them to go and interrogate somebody that his hand is dirty, now
Hmm.
thief, now if you catch thief. But in Nigeria, yeah, our thief they protect thief.
Hmm.
So that is it. So imagine a policeman that is not clean. You're asking him to go and be interrogating another person who is not clean. Is it possible? No. We should take somebody who is clean that can come out and say, okay, and that is why the wife is scared of going. Why is she talking now when they said, okay, they brought about DNA test? Because now she's getting scared that, oh, the way this thing is leading to, it will actually lead to what she didn't expect. So if you know your hand is clean, if they say they want to do DNA, then go ahead, tell them, okay, let's go. Let's go and do it. No fear. So that is it. So we take somebody that is clean to be able to challenge those people. If not, they will just clear you away and they'll rubbish the person's career, and that's the head. So that is my opinion, man.
Thank you so much, Joe. You nailed it, and I really appreciate your contribution. Joe is talking from a young man perspective within the bracket age of Mohbad. So, and he addressed his fellow Nigerian fellow youth
Mommy,
to,
me and Mohbad, we are even age. He's 27, I'm 27 as well. The
you
same
see,
month, the same year.
as if I knew. So, what am I saying here? A young man just spoke that no matter how hard things are, you shouldn't, because of desperation, join a group that will lead to your demise. You should try to struggle rightly, do the right thing, campaign for yourself. If you don't have anybody to sign you, you can actually, like I said before, you can use the social media platform to showcase yourself. Somebody good might pick you on along the way. Let us not be in a hurry to make this million today and get involved in something that we are not proud of, first of all, something that our family will be intimidated, with, and something that we will not have a single say for our lives and that of our members of our families. So let us not get into it. Thank you so much, Joe. And my beautiful Amy. Amy, if you're still there, in a nutshell, I know Amy is of the opinion that justice is far from this. Joe also said the same thing. I'm also saying the same thing, but with a fraction of 2%. Let me give them that benefit of a doubt to prove me wrong. Just like I said during the election petition, I said during the election, and they have never disappointed me. Nigerians, they're just doing it as if I was the soothsayer and I said, okay, election was not going to be transparent because these people are highly corrupt. I said judiciary, I don't trust them because they can be bought. And now it's Mohbad. Can Mohbad's demise bring that change that is required right now in Nigeria? Can this movement be sustained to achieve something, something reasonable that will be able to help the future generation? Emmy, if you're still here, give me your summary in a nutshell so we can call it a day.
Thank you, host. Thank you, everyone that joined the program. A summary in a nutshell is that the the push to flaunt cars of 500 million, 700 million when you cannot even comfortably earn 1 million on your own is what
Hmm.
is pushing our youth, is what is pushing our people into unthinkable things. Like I've always said on your platform, and I will always say, anything that I know that I cannot comfortably buy times four, I rather not even eye it. I don't even want to even see it. Talk more of I'll start dreaming of how to do nefarious things to buy it. The moment we become contented as a people, if you're not trying to, live in a house worth 1 billion naira to, pressurize others,
Mm-hmm.
all these crime rates will decrease. Like I
Hmm.
always say, I'm someone that is very comfortable with what I have. And that was when they were talking about Regina Daniels there, that, oh, she's living in mansion, did it. I was all laughing.
I say if it is 2 bedroom flats or self-contained, I'm living in with my husband, and I have water, I have food, I have light, I have clothes. I sleep, I wake up, I'm healthy. I am contented. But that does not mean I'm not working towards a better life, oh,
Yeah.
but that will not push me to go and do the one that will cause my enemy's life into a half. The moment we become contented as a people, most of these issues will reduce. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
To be in
Emmy.
the
I really
comment section, please.
thank you. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your insight into today's conversation. Joe, you're exceptional. God bless you. Real good. Thank you for joining me today. So, guys, we've been talking for the past 2 hours and 44 minutes, talking about the same thing. Mohbad, the young Nigerian musician that passed on September 13, and the circumstances surrounding his passing, and the accusing fingers, pointing on, rather directing at a particular source, and all of that. We tried to touch everything. We touched about his family, we talked about friends, talked about the record label he was with, and the Nigeria as a whole that failed this young man. And our prayer and hope is that something good will come out of this man's passing so that another will not happen. Ndị Igbo na-ekwu ọzọ emena. Ozemena, another should not happen. That is our hope and prayer. And I want to, commend those that took up their time and their energy, their resources to support this movement, Mohbad, Justice for Mohbad. And at the same time, I want to also let them know they should be focused, driven on what kind of justice they are looking for. Emmy said contentment is key. Joe said people should not be in a hurry to make it. They should do the right thing, follow the right path. Don't because Mr. A is showing off money, you think he's all legit and you want to become like Mr. A. Or because Auntie C is feeling that she's the richest girl on internet and let someone else pressure you. No. My 5 fingers, just my 5 fingers are not equal. And for the fact that they are not equal, life can never be equal. We can never all be at the same level. Never. And one thing that is beautiful about life is that if you have life, you keep thriving, for a better tomorrow. Let poverty, if you were born in poverty, work hard to come out of it so that you can leave better future for your children. Do not be in a hurry to make it. Onye egbugo ozu, achọrọ m igbu ozu. This person made it, I want to make it by any means necessary. No. Contentment is key. Amy is a young woman and she said she doesn't eye what she cannot afford. But I tell you, even women younger than Emmy, those that are 18, they want to drive a Range Rover. They can be doing a show on the internet just to get a Range Rover. That is the foundation is rotten from the beginning. And our parents out there that are pushing their children to become the breadwinner, to fend for them. So far your hands are perfect and your feet are functional and your health is in good order. Madam, wake up your lazy self and fend for your children. Oga, go do anything to take care of your family. Don't turn your children to what? To breadwinners when they are still kids. Stop pushing them. This person's child came back with a Mercedes Benz and you're coming back with public transportation. Let that stop. All these pressures the society is pushing on young folks, and also the imitation they want to be like American musicians, American this, American that, forgetting that America has foundation. Even those unemployed, the government still provides for them. But Nigerian unemployed, who provides for you? Nobody. You have to provide for yourself. That's why the rate of crime and rate of things going wrong in Nigeria is so high. They called for candlelight. A lot of people came. They came for candlelight. After they said, okay, we are done, thank you for coming, they refused to go because they don't have any work to report to the next day. There is nothing engaging the youth. The government has failed, that there is no employment for the masses. Rather, they change the employment from their children to their relatives, their family members. All fill them in places, and the poor still suffer. Let this campaign, Justice for Mohbad, bring change. Let the House of Representatives start to bring up a bill that will be passed to law to effect some prohibition. If you're in a professional business, if you're a producer, you should not ask your casting crew to go to meet you in a hotel before they get a role. If you're a musician, you should not ask your signees to sign a oath of secrecy or join a club before you promote them. Let there be some guidance. And Regina Daniels' husband is coming up with a proposal for a bill that nobody should be buried unless autopsy is done. Olga, I have a question with that. So if you're coming up with those proposals, let the autopsy charge and fee be taken care of by the government, because the government of Nigeria, they have not provide they've not provided any form of employment or any form of income for those people, for you to demand an autopsy before somebody is buried. So as you're proposing that, make sure you factor that into the expense of the government. We cannot, exhaust this conversation in one live stream. We're almost heading to 3 hours, but let us be guided. Let us know what we are campaigning for. I made a short video about DNA and those that need to be interrogated, brought in for question. If you haven't watched that, it's about 6 minutes. Watch it and see what my opinion is from the legal point of view. And like Emmy said, if Mohbad's wife is a smart woman, and if her hands are clean, she should go do a DNA to let everybody be at rest. Not that she's mandated. She's not, unless if the family is requesting for that. And then there is a court order, then she'll be mandated to do a DNA test. Let us be guided. Let us be careful. We all want a better life. Let's end this living in a good way. Prince Kanjume, thank you for coming back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, a YouTuber, and she was like, there is a particular person that been talking about a particular family for many years, and they're not even blinking. How do they sleep at night? I say, if you ask me, who will I ask? Is it the YouTuber? One particular family. That's what you've been talking about in your channel. And it's not positive things. You're looking for negative things. And you think you're not contributing to what depression or anxiety or whatever. We should be guided on what we do on earth, because posterity will have it that your children might go back and see what their mother did when she was 30, when she was 20, when she was 40, when she was 60, when she was 70. Let's be guided. The world is closer than we know it. All right, guys, I must thank all of you for joining me, like I said before, and I can't thank all of you enough for being here, spending your time with me. And if you're yet to follow me on Facebook, do follow my channel on Facebook. Share this live stream. Let others get to hear different points of views expressed today in this conversation. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, kindly subscribe, turn on your post notification bell as well to get all my videos whenever I post them. I want to thank all of you. And I always forget to do this. My channel on YouTube has membership now, so you can also support me through membership. Yes, we have membership option now. Support me as well through membership. So if it continues to develop, we also come back to discuss more about it today. But please and please, let's make our time to check one another. Put out the phone call that person, find out how the person is doing. If you haven't heard from a friend, a family member, reach out to them to know how they are doing. Life is very tough. A lot of people are going through a lot of things right now. That's your one call might be the intervention they need. Don't take it for granted. It could go a long way. Having said that, thank you guys for being here. So busy here. Well done, host. Ami, Ria, thank you. Thank you so much, Unique Lady P. I need to catch up with you. What membership host? I mean, my YouTube membership is on. So please and please join my membership. My subscription is not expensive, okay? I made it so that everybody can actually join the membership. So join my membership, encourage me for what we do here, and don't forget to watch my videos and also leave me some comments when you watch my videos. I need to have the conversation continue in the comment sections. Oh, I've been talking for too long that I'm exhausted myself. Thank you guys for being here. I'll be calling it a day. That's true, host. Please let us always check on each other. It's very important. It's very important. Mohbad cried out in his music. He wrote to Nigerian police. He did everything he could do, and he still did not get help. He lived in fear up until his last day. And even when he died, they still made his neck like this for him to continue to suffer. That is the heart of man, like the book of Jeremiah described, is desperately wicked. Who can tell? I'm going to leave you with that. Leave you guys with this. Check on each other, find out what they are doing. Don't assume they're doing okay. Make that call to just say, hi, I just wanted to check on you today. Are you okay? That is all that person might need at that time. Until I see you guys in my next live stream, which is next Saturday. I'm making videos now, so do me well by watching them. Join my membership, follow me on Facebook, and all the good stuff, okay? And if you have any topic you want us to discuss, kindly inbox me on that. I can also come here to discuss on your topic. So, guys, I'll be signing out. Joe, if you're still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm signing out now. God bless you guys real good. I can't believe I spent 3 hours today. God help me. I'm so. Thank you guys for joining me today. You guys are simply amazing. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell, follow on Facebook. Until I see you guys next Saturday, stay well, look out for each other, check on each other is very important. And don't be in a hurry to make money. Don't be in a hurry to blow. Take it one step at a time. God will align things on your path that will marvel you when they start manifesting. I'm going to leave you with this. Take good care of yourself and take good care of one another. Thank you, guys.